Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me. Y'all already know what it is. We're back with another one. And we got basketball, ladies and gentlemen. We are fresh off the All-Star break. I know people are going crazy. Everything is in a frenzy. But you already know what it is, man. To get these kind of talents, that we're going to witness tonight, it's truly something special. We can't take this for granted. We got once-in-a-generation basketball players. Who knows if we're going to see guys like Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving again. They're taking on the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs, we obviously know they're going through a little transitional period here. It's not looking the prettiest. It's going to be a rough, rocky road ahead. But nonetheless, you got the two superstars coming off All-Star break. We already know Kyrie Irving. He electrified the last game we played in Dallas. It was a movie. Lord knows what he's going to do tonight, but I know it's going down. Fresh off All-Star break, people are ready to go. You got a raucous crowd in Dallas. It's about to go down. Everybody hit that like button and most definitely hit that subscribe button. It's Flight Sports TV. We got ourselves some action. We got basketball coverage coming up in minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to all of y'all. We got my man All Access in the building. Dex, talk to the people. We live.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Flight Sports TV, the machine, the voice of the voiceless, the people's champ, the hottest shit in these streets. And most definitely shout out to the panel as it reached its premium peak and give you the content that you need and the content that you deserve. And big ups to the craziest chat and all of YouTube. I'm talking about the cacophony that seeps out of the crack and crevices of the concrete of Flight Sports TV. And big ups to everybody pulling up, rocking with us tonight. If you are new to this exuberant experience, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, also hit that notification bell. And if you happen to have a little extra and you're weighing a little heavy as you approach the corridor of Flight Sports TV and you feel a little giffy, hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat, and hit that PayPal. Your generosity will definitely be grateful and appreciated here at Flight Sports TV. Flight, I don't know if you've been anticipating what's on the NBA slate tonight. We have a of basketball and talent and the things that we can cheer for that bring us so much delight in this genre of sports. Flight, there's a lot on the list tonight. I mean, when you scurry through the NBA landscape and you see all these wonderful teams that's coming off of their break and ready for action, it's full throttle, Flight. All gas, no brakes. Can we see and witness and get some kind of pulse on the teams that really are contending in flight? Can we finally disregard the teams that are pretending, and let's focus on that which bring us closer to the championship basketball in this league of season?
You're starting to break up just a little bit. I don't know if you can hear me. Shut out all access down. You good? You breaking up. I don't know if you can hear me. You slightly breaking up a little bit. We got basketball coverage coming up shortly, y'all. The Dallas Mavericks versus the San Antonio Spurs. We all know the Spurs, like I stated before, coach under Greg Popovich. This should be a good one. Believe it or not, Dallas, San Antonio, Houston, they all play each other pretty tough. So, I mean, I'm expecting a good one, in this matchup, despite the San Antonio Spurs, obviously, all the way down in the pulpits. They have Spurs fans up in Dallas. Dallas, they got fans all over the goddamn place. So Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic and company, they know what they got to do.
Mic check.
Yeah, you good now? Let me know if you're straight.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yeah, you good now?
Yes, I can definitely hear you, Flight.
Yeah, you're coming through much more clear now.
Yeah, like down this last leg of the season, coming down the backstretch, addict
You're starting to break up.
to watch the contenders separate themselves from the pretenders.
Right. So you think Dallas is a contender or a pretender? Where we going with this?
I think Dallas, listen, I think Dallas is definitely a contender, even based on their resume from last season as they reached the Western Conference Finals. I mean, they hadn't been there in many of years. And Luka and Bronston had came together and formulated a charge and threatened the hegemony of sovereignty to some degree, and then ultimately the Golden State Warriors closed them out. And I know that left a bitter taste in Coach Jason Kidd's mouth and even Luka's mouth. And they felt that they fell short of victory in representing the Western Conference in the NBA Finals. So this season, the Dallas Mavericks had pulled off a doozy in acquiring Kyrie Irving, disgruntled he may be, but I think Kyrie Irving has settled himself and has put himself in favor amongst the Dallas Mavericks faithful. And on his departure from the Brooklyn Nets, nobody's really mad at Kyrie because they felt that Kyrie was always in the right. So that energy that Kyrie severed himself from the Brooklyn Nets, he's taken his newfound abode and he's bringing a more professional approach to this Dallas Mavericks and going to assist young Luka and probably representing the West. But Denver have something to say about that. And I just think that most definitely Dallas can be representing 50% of the Western Conference in the Western Conference Championship Series.
Listen, I got the Dallas Mavericks making a major charge. I think they can. I thought there was definitely a lock for the Western Conference Finals, but now you got obviously the Phoenix Suns coming up down the pipeline. It's going to be interesting to see when Kevin Durant actually takes the floor to see what's the destruction level, around the NBA. Because let me tell you something. When the Phoenix Suns get assembled correctly, they're going to go on an epic tear. And they're going to be a force. They're going to be a hell of a hard team to beat in the postseason. These teams are built for postseason play, including the Dallas Mavericks. This team is built to go deep in the postseason, not lose in the first round, none of that. And definitely in position to close a lot of games that are tight. We all know that Kyrie Irving is electrifying as he is as a ball handler. He is equally electric in closing moments when it's money time, so they're definitely built to close games in the playoffs when it's tight, neck and neck. They got the weapons, and I'm telling you, Luka Doncic is just. What more can you ask for? They should complement each other well. If not, it just don't make no sense. But the talent level is definitely superb, and that's something that nobody could take away. In my humble opinion. What do you think about that, Dex, with the Dallas Mavericks being built for postseason play? How do you feel about that?
Yes, I agree with your miniature soliloquy on the Dallas Mavericks. And it also shows that they have mutual respect for each other. Nobody is trying to override the other. And I believe these two players, Kyrie and Luka Doncic, have downloaded superior data, and it shows in their level of IQ. But that last outing, they had a difficult time of deciding who was going to shoot that last shot. And hopefully during the All-Star break flight, they address that situation. And next time they get into that kind of situation again, it'll be executed more promptly.
We got breaking news. Right now in Dallas, you have an issue on the floor that's delaying the game. You got condensation on the court. The court is deemed not to be playable. So right now, we have some. It's going to be an extended period of time. News is saying that they're going to still have to get 5 minutes of warm-up time. Warm-up has been affected, so we can have a delay to this game, ladies and gentlemen. It's Flight Sports. We're going to definitely keep you cozy in the minute of this slip-up. But it's wild. It's not like we've never seen this before. Pardon me, Dax.
Yeah, so like I was saying, I'm going to reiterate that aspect of it. Hopefully that they get the court safe and ready to play, because these are very important that these players are playing under safe conditions. So taking this type of precaution is very much necessary. Yes, like I like to reiterate is that both of these players' data has been downloaded to the aspect of high IQ basketball. Their basketball approach is very, very methodical and at the same time electrifying. They had a oops moment the last time out that cost them a game against, I believe, Minnesota, where they were kind of confuddled about who was going to take that last shot. And they was basically giving each other the utmost respect, and it cost them that game because of lack of execution. Kyrie giving it to Luka, Luka giving it back to Kyrie. I like that in a sense that these two superstars can lower their ego and manage their celebrity to the point where respect is job one. But on that aspect, I believe Luka should have tucked that shot, because we all know that the Dallas Mavericks belong to Luka, but he was showing Kyrie veteran respect. And we know that Kyrie can hit those kind of shots. Plus, Kyrie was hot. I mean, he was on fire flight. 26 points in the fourth quarter. Did you hear that, Flight? That was a doozy.
Yeah.
24 points in the fourth quarter. So Luka relinquished his duties to offer Kyrie the opportunity to go ahead and close the game out because you did so well to bring us back into that game when it seemed like that game was all but over. I mean, Anthony Edwards did his thing. Shout out to Anthony Edwards for making an All-Star for the first time in his career as he's a 3-year veteran, if I might say that. I know he's 5 years minimum, but he's playing like a veteran. So when you have those type of situations, it's good that it happened early in their chemistry and then happen late when it could cost them a playoff series. You feel me?
It's crazy, Docs. It's wild. The playoff series, it can't cost them that. You're right about that. Shout out my man Anthony Alvarado. Shout out Chuck Morris. Everybody in the chat right now, ladies and gentlemen. We have a delay right now on the floor due to condensation. So the game will be delayed. The players must still warm up as well. So for keeping everybody posted on what's happening. There's a wild night of basketball tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Do not delay this situation. We are patiently awaiting Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving to electrify this evening. I'm telling you, man, this is gonna be. I'm expecting a doozy tonight, but I'm talking a hell of a one in terms of just complete electricity. You got the San Antonio Spurs live versus Dallas. Shout out Lebron Legacy Podcast. Salute to everybody. The players are warming up right now.
Battle of Texas.
Yeah, the players on the floor warming up. So it look like hopefully we got something now.
That's a nice sighting.
Yeah, Timmy. I know about Tim Hardaway, man. He was a Knick.
Now, Flight, we have a full slate of basketball tonight coming off the All-Star break, and we have a lot of teams the NBA put on our plate. So we have an appetite for basketball, and the NBA has rewarded our appetite with the likes of Denver Nuggets playing the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that game is all tied up late in the third quarter. We have the Bucks. That's a 2-point lead, one of the narrowest of margins against Indiana Pacers, 99-97. Well, let's change that to 100-97 as the score just flipped. We have the Detroit Pistons in action against the Orlando Magic's two young teams. And Orlando is playing very competitive basketball despite how youthful they are. And the Detroit is tied up down there in Disneyland, 73-73. And then you have the Memphis Grizzlies up big on the 76ers, 59-47 in the city of brotherly love. And the Memphis Grizzlies is not showing Philly any kind or any sort of brotherly love. And then you got the boys up north hosting the New Orleans Pelicans, and they are up big, 54-45 on the Toronto Raptors, 6 God. And then, as we know, the later games, one that we have on our slate on this platform, Dallas Mavericks and the Spurs is in the pregame.
Yes, sir.
You got the Jazz and the Thunder pregame, and then you got the nightcap with the Lakers and the Warriors as the Warriors come down to Southern California to be hosted by none other than your Los Angeles Lakers. And also the other portion of that nightcap, you got the Portland Trailblazers hosting the Cardiac Kids in Southern California, the capital of California, Sacramento Kings. And those are the games that are already in play and the games that have yet to start on the NBA slate tonight. And I hope you can get a full portion of NBA basketball coming out of the All-Star break. Back to you, Flight.
Yes, absolutely, man. We are moments away from tip-off, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, the Dallas Mavericks is about to go down. Listen, Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving. That. What more can you say? Seriously. Shout out Slim. He says, man, to Vegas. Shout out to everybody all over where you at tuning in to Flight Sports. Let me know who's gonna win tonight. Obviously, I know a lot of people going to pick Dallas because that's the easy pick. Let me know what's going down. Give me some stat numbers. Give me something. You already know what it is. It's Flight Sports. It's about to go down. I got a question for the chat and also Dex. We know Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. We understand that's the superstar duo. Who's you see the big three formulating out there in Phoenix? Well, do they have a third counterpart in Dallas? You got Christian Wood. They also have another young player that they held on to that they didn't move. We're gonna get into him as well. Dex and the chat. Is there a big three here? In Dallas. And if so, who should we look out for? Let me know if it's on the roster or is a brewing third person to the party. Let me know what's going on because you got 2 point guards. It should be no problem getting guys involved. Let me know what's going on, Dex.
Well, I could tell you like this, Flight. We most definitely know and recognize that there is a serious bifurcation in Dallas. The Dallas Mavericks got 2 of the most renowned superstars in the league today. Luka is more a pestilence on the court and not off the court. And Kyrie has been known as a pestilence off the court, but very professional on the court. So this bifurcation is, I believe, auspicious for a nice, deep playoff run. Now, when it comes to that extra person to help out, I don't think that's a bona fide big three in Dallas. But I think by committee, they could have a big three. But not by an individual. I don't think anybody is concrete or valid enough to list him in that bifurcation to make it a trifurcation. But in Phoenix, it's definitely an official trifurcation. Down there in Phoenix, oh my God, Chris Paul is living his dream. Oh my God. I mean, listen, I'm a Laker fan. You guys know that. And what I'm seeing right now, that the Phoenix Sun has deferred my dream. Prior to that, I felt that the Lakers could have a chance to run to play Denver again and make it a repeat of 2020 down there in Disneyland and the bubble Western Conference Finals, where they played Denver and they outplayed Denver. But now with the assemblage of the Phoenix Suns down there in Cactus Land. I'm talking about white scorpions. I'm talking about tarantulas. Like all that is down there in that desert now. When you go to Phoenix, you'll get a chance to see all that. Tarantulas, black widows, scorpions. I'm talking about white scorpions.
So I said that's not really my thing.
Man, you got to be careful walking around out there in that heat because they desire that heat. It gets so hot out there, it seems like the concrete is going to melt. Now that the Super Bowl is over and Kevin Durant is coming to town, I think the Phoenix Suns has resurfaced probably as the #1 contender coming out of the West. I was very much in trouble when Denver seemed like they had it in their hip pocket, at least to be a 50% representation. Other teams fight it out. Now, Clippers are in trouble. The Memphis Grizzlies are in trouble. The Lakers are definitely in trouble. because you know how Kevin Durant is when it comes to LeBron James. He's going to play out of his wits to make sure he beat the all-time leading scorer in NBA history in any game that they face off against each other. So Phoenix down there in that horrid desert is going to make a lot of noise in Cactus Land.
Right, I completely agree with you on access. We're moments away from tip off. We got Rico in the building. You already know New York City just walked in the building. What's the deal? Shout out Thunder. What's good?
What's up, Flight? What's up,
Rico,
Dex?
you know what time it is, man. Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic. I don't think there's any more words we need to say after that. Let me know your thoughts. Let's talk basketball, Rico. What's the deal?
Uh, we watching a new mission, a new duo. These guys are arguably the same way KD and Kyrie had that two most talented scorers, I guess, title. You could say this is the most talented backcourt we've seen all time, probably, between a point guard and shooting guard.
I agree with that.
Now, see, it's happened in the middle of the season, so they gonna need a little gel time. Kyrie is a free agent, but I think it's a good fit if they figure it out. And as far as Dex was talking about the big three, I don't think they have a bona fide third star to have a big three, but I think Christian Wood could be like a 20-point per game scorer as the third option. So if you consider someone who averages 20 as part of a big three, then yeah, I guess you could say they have one. But that's really dependent on how fast that ball moves. Because if these two play the way people think they play all the time, which is Kyrie dribbling all the time to get his shots off, and then Luka, he needs to dribble a ton himself to orchestrate the offense,
Right.
then there might not be a lot of touches to go around for the other players. But if they get a nice flowing offense going, and it also has to do with their defense. I forgot their center, but he's still injured, I believe. So they're still missing that. But if they start playing at a faster pace and if they start moving the ball, probably get up there in team assists, not just individual assists. A lot of people try to emulate the Golden State Warriors, but they ignore that part where it is team assist that runs the offense. If Dallas can emulate that, I think they have good chances.
I agree with that. Listen, let's figure out what's going on, man. Before you came in here, we was talking about, we moments away from tip-off as well. But, we were talking about, is this team built for the postseason play? I think me and Dex both echoed those statements. What's your thoughts? Do you think that, the Dallas Mavericks are built for the postseason?
I mean, technically, yeah. I will say they do have two premier players at the roles that you need to be successful in the playoffs. You need a extremely intelligent ball handler who's going to distribute and run your offense. Then you need a primary bucket getter who's gonna take on any matchup. It doesn't matter. Now Luka doesn't have to be both of those. Now you know what I mean. Now Luka could be the primary decision maker and he could focus on running the offense. And Kyrie is going to be targeted probably by other teams' best defender, which, I'm sorry, if your second best defender is now guarding Luka, you're definitely at a disadvantage. So I think they are, but then again, you could talk about their defense. Like I said, their center, I believe, is still injured. I think it's Powell, Dwight Powell, is it? I'm forgetting his name. But yeah, defensively, they're not. So, they do have a offense that translates to postseason success. So they could probably sneak a couple games there, probably beat a team not playing right. But defensively, no, they do not. They have a lot to work on.
No, that's facts. Teams definitely got a lot to work on. We underway right now in Dallas. You got Luka Doncic controlling the basketball right now. Look at Devontae Graham. Mr. Devontae Graham finally getting him some minutes in the Lone Star State out there in San Antonio. Good for him. Luka Doncic just threw a cross-court turnover. That was not a good pass. I mean, he clearly, coming off the heels of his trip out in Mexico. Everybody knows Luka was out in Mexico. It's Flight Sports. You got the San Antonio Spurs live in Dallas. The Spurs are moving the basketball right now. They could not convert, and it was rebounded by Luka Doncic. You got Luka Doncic coming up half-court surveying the floor. Defense is coming. You got a double screen. You screen with Powell. Powell kicks it to Luka. To Kyrie, and Kyrie kicks it out. And you got a miss right there. What's that kid's name? Josh Green? Pardon me. I don't want to. That's his name, right? I'll make sure I'm saying his name correctly. You got a turnover. Reggie Bullock almost had it. Unbelievable. Shout out Reggie Bullock. Shout out to the Dallas Mavericks. Salute to the San Antonio Spurs. It's going to be a great game. 0-0. Remember I told you the Spurs play the Mavericks tough. So I know we're looking at the talent. This is a rivalry. We got to remember that. In-state rivalry. You got Keldon Johnson. He missed it. But the Spurs control the basketball again. Josh Green could not get the turnover. Unbelievable. You got to give credit to Josh Green. This is the guy who I was discussing, who could possibly turn into that third star. Obviously I like Christian Wood. He's coming off the bench and he's money. Seriously. Give credit to my man Christian Wood. You got Javonte Graham, kicks it out to Collins, and he missed it. Luka Doncic is a controller. Luka's definitely running the point guard, and Kyrie is off ball. So let's see how this works. I'm pretty sure that they'll switch it around. But Luka Doncic posting up, and he scores it. 2-0. It's good that they pretty much allow Luka to continue his game. Because the last thing you need is Luka Doncic, coming out there, pulling back. Just be that dominant one-man show. Now you have Kyrie Irving. That's what happens oftentimes with these stars. You got a three-pointer from Keldon Johnson. No, that's not Johnson, pardon me. His name, this is Malachi Branham, pardon me. Forgive me for some of these names on the Spurs, y'all. You got Luka. Luka's shooting from deep, and he missed it. See, that wasn't a good shot. And these are the kind of shots that's going to bite him when we can't get to the postseason. You got to make smart decisions out there, y'all. You got Keldon Johnson. He comes back and scores at 5-2, San Antonio. Now Kyrie Irving is controlling the rock. He's got a screen coming with Bullock. Kyrie all the way to the paint. We all know he's an incredible finisher, and he was fouled. Kyrie barreled himself into the paint and picks up the foul. We got 2 shots. We live in Dallas, ladies and gentlemen. 5-2. 9:39 to go in the first quarter. We just getting started. Josh Green, third star. Nah, bro. Well, I didn't say he was. I said that he could turn into that. I didn't say it's official. That he could grow into it. That's a young kid. What is he, a rookie, if I'm not mistaken? Somebody help me out. No, I'm not sure. But he's a young player that they're developing, clearly. He's either going to be developed or he's going to be traded. When they're ready to make another move, he's going to be the centerpiece of it. You got Christian Wood sitting there. Trust me, they got pieces to get a third star. They just waiting to see who pans out. Give credit to Dallas. The payrolls get high now. You remember the last time the Mavericks had a high payroll? They let everybody go the next year later. It was 5-4 Dallas. Dallas is losing that part of me by 1. You got the Spurs. They playing good basketball. They moving it around early. Devontae Graham, top of the key 3. Brick City. Rebounded by Kyrie Irving. He kicks it to Josh Green. Josh Green, alley-oop to Powell. You got a big-time alley-oop between Green and Powell. They connect. 6-5 Dallas. 9-10 to go in the first quarter. Devontae Graham's coming up. The Spurs are moving the ball. That's one thing that Popovich going to do. No matter, looking at this talent, this is the worst talent I've ever seen Popovich coach in all the years of me watching basketball. And he's still, providing winning, plays and things of that nature, making them play winning basketball. The ball is moving the Spurs' way. They just don't have Duncan and Ginobili and Parker and all these dudes, Kawhi and, You know, it's just you got these no names that I'm having a hard time remembering them. You know, from the next possession, it seems like every other possession I need to get a refreshment pause of these guys' names. You got a big time alley oop, like I said. We got a stoppage in play right now, ladies and gentlemen. Kyrie Irving is taking 2 shots at the free throw line. The score is 8-6. The Dallas Mavericks are looking to tie the game up with 8:48 to go in the first quarter. Kyrie converts on the first free throw. You got Dougie McBuckets coming in the game, ladies and gentlemen, for the San Antonio Spurs. We know McDermott been around the league forever. He'll always have a place, you know, with that shooting. Kyrie Irving coming for the second free throw to tie it up, and he ties the game. We knew that was money. So Pop trying to get Victor. You know, it's obvious. It's obvious. This is a blatant tank, you know, and I hope they're not rewarded because they were blatantly tanking. This is why it works good in Charlotte's favor, because you're gonna have everybody thinking this dude going to the Spurs. We need to continue that trend.
So Devontae Graham is a starting guard on a tanking team?
Yeah, well, not on a contender team, on a tanking team. Yeah, I guess he wanted to leave, you know, New Orleans. He couldn't get no burn. You got CJ and company over there. It's hard to, you know, get over there. You got Josh Green, Showtime in Dallas. Showtime in Dallas, y'all. You thought that he pulled some Lebron stuff right there. You're coming off a turnover, good put late. The kick at the green by Luka Doncic. Luka moves the basketball. He gonna have to. He's gonna be a challenge because he got talent now. You can't just hold it. The ball can't die in his hands. It just can't. But Dex, you was talking about Mr. Graham. I think he was having a crazy course to his career. You know, I thought he had high hopes. I never thought he was gonna turn out to be, you know, wasting away on the bench. But he's undersized. But at one point in the league, you know, he looked like his future was sky high. Don't you? You don't remember this?
Yeah, I mean, he was runner-up to Player of the Year to Brandon Ingram when Brandon Ingram had his first season with the New Orleans Pelicans. And that's the same year that Brandon Ingram made the All-Star game as well. So Devontae Graham was over there in Charlotte, kicking up some dust, looking like he was probably going to be the most improved player as well. And from that season on, he just kind of fell by the wayside. I don't know if he was, you know, shaken or he was intrepid due to the drafting of LaMelo Ball. I think that sent shockwaves through his body, and he just never recovered.
Nah, man, I agree with that. It's crazy what's happened to him. This has been a mess. You know, but the game was definitely, you know, percolating early. You know, Luka and Kyrie haven't got going yet. Do you expect a big night tonight from Kyrie and Luka? You know, what can the people expect? I mean, the game is still early. Do you expect 30 points, 40 points, triple-double from Luka? I mean, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm expecting a triple-double. If I had the opportunity to lay some chalk down on player performance when it came to Luka, yeah, I would put Luka. I would pencil him in as a triple double. And if I had any chalk to lay down on Kyrie, I would pencil in Kyrie for 25 plus. So, yeah, that's the type of wager that I would approach this game. And I definitely would, if parlay it with both of those player performance and with a cover, because the Dallas Mavericks is giving up 14 points to the Spurs. So that just tells you how much disrespect they have towards a Popovich coach team, because they believe that they are in the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes.
Yeah, I mean,
Dallas need to win. Dallas have to win. They have to stay afloat in that Western Conference for seeding.
And San Antonio, they got every right to want to win this game. Yeah, they could tank every other game, but they might want to give the Mavericks a loss. You know, so let's see what happens. I mean, who knows what Popovich is doing out there while he's coaching? But it's clearly blatant that they tanking for Wembanyama. If there's any team that's like out here really tanking, it's the Spurs. And it's starting to be blatantly obvious.
Chicago Bulls.
Oh, well. I mean, that's not by design. You know, you clearly see.
They signed Patrick Beverly, so that right there told me they in the tanking mode right there.
Oh, you
I don't know what he's going to bring.
Come on, man. He coming home. You know, homecomings are, they're
He's coming home to go to lay down in his bed and be comfortable in that cold.
Well,
it's freezing in Chicago right now.
What the man said. You ready to play?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, play. You follow what I'm saying? Play, not play basketball, but play. Yeah. They thinking bringing in Patrick Beverly, he's going to scream on Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan to get them to play. I mean, come on, man. Where do these people get these delusional realities from? You think DeMar DeRozan is going to let somebody like Patrick Beverly scream on him? You think Zach LaVine getting paid north for $200 million going to let somebody like Patrick Beverly scream on him?
Well, the score is 13-12.
It doesn't work that way.
No, listen, I think Patrick Beverly, he diminished offensively as well. He's getting up there, so it's crazy. I think that if he was still balling, like putting up some points, and he was much more reliable, almost like when he was in Houston and, before it got to this point, I think then his word would really mean even more value. Obviously, he's going to be good for the locker room, but I don't know if it's going to be as effective as it would be if he was a much more, I just think he much more of an upgrade from what they already have. They have defensive guys. I would assume I was younger. Obviously, dude is a lot more, strategic. I mean, obviously, way more experienced, but he's just going to be like one of the guys. That's not the kind of guy they need. They need a facilitator, obviously. They need a lot.
They need somebody that's going to make an impact. That's what the Chicago Bulls need. I'm thinking of Chicago Bears because I was looking at Justin Fields in this situation. But, yeah, they need somebody that's going to be impactful. I don't care what he is in the locker room. He could be a mute in the locker room, but be impactful on the court. And that's what's wrong with some of these guys thinking they can get another extension of the coach. Listen, Miami is unique, okay? Miami got Haslam down there, who's definitely an extension of Pat Riley and Spoelstra in the locker room. Everybody doesn't have that dynamic. And this is why Patrick Beverly best games are behind him ever since he left the Clippers.
Oh, wow. 13-16. Reggie Bullock out here hitting threes. It's money time in Dallas. We got Talent Ted in the building. What's the deal, Ted?
What's good? What's good, everybody?
What's good? I can't call him. We're sitting here politicking, watching some good basketball. What's your thoughts on this night of basketball? And obviously, we got Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic live taking on their in-state rivals, the San Antonio Spurs. Let's politic.
Yeah, I agree with y'all with that tanking with San Antonio. Greg Popovich is trying to get him a new Tim Duncan, man. But if
they get it, I'm gonna be highly pissed. Because the Knicks tried to do this.
What
the hell is so funny?
Philly tried to do it too, and Philly won.
No, but Philly, that was in a different the way they do it. Luka Doncic scores as well too. But what I was gonna say was it's a different way how they did it back then. That's why they changed it, because you had Hinkie out here just cheating.
Yeah, I think it's already in the making. I think it's already in the making, man. I just think that Pop selling out so that way you make it look good.
Right.
Well, you know what? That would be wrong too, because you know why? You know how many times the Spurs had the number 1 overall pick, and they got Hall of Famers every time.
Yeah, looking like it's about to happen
When was
again.
this, Dex?
Say that again.
I think the last one was who? Tim Duncan?
Tim Duncan, yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they tanked to get him. Remember, Dave Robinson got hurt, and they didn't let him come back. And they had Avery Johnson as their lead scorer that season. you know they weren't finna win nothing because Avery couldn't shoot.
You're absolutely right. Kyrie Irving wheeling and dealing, Dax. Kyrie ain't get percolating tonight. Give me some numbers, y'all. Ted, what we talk? Oh, Kyrie's 3-pointer, cash money by Kyrie Irving. 21-19, Dallas. The Dallas Mavericks are already 3 of 6 from 3. The Spurs are 2 of 4. Oh, turnover. Kyrie Irving, he's starting to turn it up. Green, he kicked it to Green. Luka must be on the bench. I mean, now you got not the offense moving electric now.
Yeah, they definitely they got to get it together in the second half of the season. So they got to get every win they could.
Right.
I mean, it's a horse race right now, bro.
Right.
Like,
Well, I got to ask you a question about the Spurs. Because everybody know the star powers in that. Luka. I mean, the star powers in Dallas. Do the Spurs got anybody that has any value that could be a player?
not at this moment.
Sochan is nice.
Sochan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get a little more educated on some of these dudes. I mean, I'm lost.
Nah, man,
You don't
Spurs.
see him.
There's nothing to be lost about the Spurs. Ain't
Yeah,
nothing
right.
like
I ain't
that.
missing that. Yeah.
There's nothing there. Just move on.
All right. That's what I said.
Dex, why you doing that,
team
man?
have somebody.
Nah, because they gave everything up. You gotta look at.
Johnson is decent.
Man,
So are you going to sit there and watch him play? If he ain't playing against nobody, like if he's playing against the Rockets, you're going to sit there and watch him play?
I mean, I watched Lonnie Walker play. They were teammates.
Lonnie Walker was a little, he's a little something.
I don't know. You just saying that because he played for the Lakers.
Why you trying to bust me out like that? Pause.
If they get traded to the Lakers, I'm gonna watch them. Yeah, they not that bad. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie though. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, but in all honesty, Rico, you're not going to sit there and watch this guy play Detroit. I'm quite sure you'll go to another game.
You definitely right about that.
Yeah, I think these games are gonna go down as probably the most watched games in the second half of a season ever, man. It's just so much drama going on right now with the seedings. And I think the Lakers is leading it too, though, because everybody would just want to see where the Lakers gonna end up at the end of it.
Well, there's an old adage that amongst the NBA players, the season don't actually start until after All-Star break.
Well,
Till Christmas.
Facts. That's facts, man. From day one, it's been like that. But what I'm just saying is that this year, with everything that everybody got to fight for and everybody got to lose and all the trades and everything that's went on, that's transpired, it just makes it epic, man. I mean, you got Sacramento up there. You got Utah, who's not that well, that's up there. You know what I'm saying? You got Dallas with the trade that they made. They trying to hold on to it. I mean, I could just keep on going and going and going, man.
But down in that desert, though, man, that's frightening. Down there where the cactus grow, that's frightening.
That's getting spooky.
You won't see KD till next Wednesday.
KD and Booker. And then you got smooth Chris Paul. It's like the maestro, the floor general.
Man, we got to step back like Chris Paul and lose a step. I mean, y'all acting like that's no. Let me stop.
No, but it's not about losing a step. It's that Chris Paul played with high IQ. So it ain't about losing no step with him.
Well, Chris Paul.
I want Chris Paul to get a ring. I hope they bring Carmelo Anthony on there too to help out. I mean, Carmelo can do a number on that bench, does. Don't you agree?
I'm not really concerned about Carmelo Anthony, but I can tell you one thing about Chris Paul is that with all that spacing that's going to be available for Chris Paul, he can plant himself anywhere on that 90-foot parquet floor and make his little mid-range shot or do his little dribble and pull up at the free throw line. You know how you do. I mean, who's going to really be there to contest him?
Man, losing half a step ain't bad. But when
not
you
for
lose
him.
half a step after losing half a step 3 years straight, them steps adding up, Dex.
Nah.
There wasn't no Kevin Durant there, though. There wasn't no Kevin Durant there. That's a different monstrosity of a dynamic. When you have Kevin Durant sitting somewhere in that half-court setting, the attention that he garnered.
Dex, what happens, right, when he tries to run the pick and roll and he's not as fast as he used to be, and instead of him beating his man and leading his defender into the screen, now they're squeezing between.
Pass it to Booker.
Now they're up. Now they're up. on the screen. They're gonna squeeze through. Now that's a different look. That's different. That's not what he's used to.
Nah,
You know,
you can't.
like these players, your IQ only take you so
I have a
far.
rebuttal though. I have a rebuttal. I have a
Nah,
rebuttal.
I can't agree with that at all. Go
Yeah, I have a
ahead, Dave.
rebuttal to that
Go
because
ahead.
even though they might jump the screen, right? But I think Chris Paul is girthy enough to be able to use his body and angle himself with, because he's have IQ, to angle himself where he can use that to his advantage. And the steps that you allege that he lost, he will be able to flip that against lower level IQ guards out there, because a lot of guards that's out there that's going to be trying, or big men that's going to try to switch or even fight through that. I don't know if they going to be effective enough to prevent Chris Paul from doing the little things as angling his body and just bringing that sacred geometry to the court, because he doesn't have the speed. And Chris Paul was never a speedster anyway. You know what I'm saying? He was just a smart player.
Chris Paul is a maestro, and
Yeah.
with Kevin Durant on the floor and Devin Booker on the other side, it actually
DeAndre Ayton.
it highlights what he does best. So right about now, like everything that you're calling out in a negative way, everything else that he does is about the highlight, because all he has to do is be a maestro, and he's gonna hit an
Yep.
open shot. Like, let's keep
Yep.
it 100. So
No pressure, right? No pressure on him to score and do all that other stuff.
he got to do less. He actually has to do less. So it plays right into what he's able to do at his age, to be honest with you.
And talent in Rico. Don't forget the president of DeAndre Ayton. He's a 2010 guy. You know that, right? He
Yeah.
can be a 2010 guy. So when you have that type of a threat, that could be a 2010 guy on any night. If somebody off, they have an auxiliary piece that can pick up the slack. And DeAndre Ayton is one of those type of players that he's going to want to prove to Chris Paul, Durant, and Booker that he belongs amongst that trio.
He's the only person I'm worried about. As long as he stays engaged, he tends to disengage himself sometimes, but as long as he stays engaged, they're a problem. But he has
He's
to
gonna
stay engaged.
I got a question.
Durant, he's going to stay engaged. Watch. I'm telling you.
I
You're going to see
got
a whole
question.
different version of DeAndre Ayton.
Are the Suns?
I believe that Dex. I mean, my man KD gonna get him right. KD gonna be barking and looking, growling and all kinds. I mean, KD, he got a mean streak. I'm
Yeah, he
telling
got a
you,
mean
got
streak on that
team
court. He
fired
sure
up.
do.
Yeah, and he is a super competitor.
See, one thing about Chris Paul, Chris
He's gonna
Paul's
be good for
passive
Booker,
aggressive,
too.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Paul's passive aggressive, and Chris Paul is a company guy. So when he saw DeAndre Ayton bucking the system, Chris Paul gonna automatically be turned off because he's a company guy. Durant is not no company guy. He's used to seeing rebels on the same team as him. Should we go down the list? So this is not gonna throw him off kilter because DeAndre Ayton has a little attitude or whatever. I think Kevin Durant is going to be like, dude, we love that little attitude. Have it, but just put the ball in the basket. That's all we ask. You know, just be ready for it. Because Kevin Durant haven't played with a center like that, with that type of skill set, and could do the things that DeAndre Ayton can do to be a 2010 guy.
I got a question for you, Dex, or for the panel in general. Are the Suns good enough to win without Chris Paul?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, you can put the ball in Booker's hands. We got to stop acting like Booker was in the point guard at a point in time. There was a point in time where the Spurs
They
played.
got a little backup over there though, Flight. Who was that? John? No, he's gone. Is he gone? Yeah, he gone, huh?
I'm not sure.
They traded Cam, right?
No, I think he's still there. Cameron Payne.
Oh, he's still there?
I
Okay.
believe as
Yeah,
far as
because
I'm
he was
concerned, yeah.
he had some showings when Chris Paul went out. Remember, Chris Paul got hurt, and he had some good showings.
Yeah, that's crazy because he used to play with him. Like I think KD used to play with Cameron Payne in goddamn Oklahoma City. If I'm not
Oklahoma,
mistaken.
yeah, Oklahoma.
Yeah, so it's not
We'll see. You know, it's all speculative, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's all speculative. Yeah. You know, we said we're gonna see, y'all. But be patient.
Yeah, but I'm thrilled though, Flight. Honestly, I'm thrilled for the Phoenix fans
Right.
because they have an opportunity to finally win a championship. Finally, I mean, they had the Greyhound down there, they had Barkley down there, they had Tom Chambers, they had Hornacek. I mean, Kevin Johnson, for crying out loud. The Phoenix Suns had some good players that come through that corridor, but yet to win a championship. They had Larry Nance, dad, play with the Phoenix Suns.
But Mike wasn't having it. Just remember that.
Just not gonna say Steve Nash.
Oh yeah, I forgot Steve Nash. I forgot that regime. Steve Nash and Stoudemire. Hey, listen, I told you I have trouble with my short-term memory. Steve Nash, the Stoudemire, the Matrix. You follow what I'm saying? That team almost got there. If it wasn't for that injury, those collisions that happened on that court, they would have beat the Spurs.
Man, if it wasn't for Amari Stoudemire and them bullshit knees, the New York Knicks would have been in the finals.
Oh my God, how we assert the damn New York
When you started talking about Stoudemire, I started having flashbacks of the wine baths, you know, the secret surgeries. I mean, shit is crazy.
The secret surgeries.
Yeah, I can't.
He was going down to Mexico, huh? Stoudemire going down to Mexico and getting his leg fixed.
Yeah. I'm not feeling Stoudemire. He gets lost in the shuffle in Carmelo's career and the shortcomings that occurred in New York.
Yeah, but that Steve Nash led team with Mike D'Antoni running up and down that court. Man, that was a high-powered Phoenix team, but they got into that little situation where they got into that little fight, and then the collision. It was just like they couldn't get out of their own way. They had the Spurs beat. They would have beat Dallas. I mean, that was crazy, right? Those 2 seasons with the Phoenix Suns dominating the NBA the way they did, and just get into the Western Conference Finals.
Dex and Anthony Alvarado in the chat. Yeah, I remember when J-Rich tried to do that 360 and LeBron blocked him.
Who did it?
Jason Richardson tried to do a 360 dunk on on a fast break, and LeBron chased him down.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
I mean, that's LeBron's signature.
No, but Flight, like, he did a whole 360 dunk. Like, he ain't know nobody was there, bro.
That's when LeBron was like Giannis. He ain't let nobody get no shot.
Oh, man.
Them days over with now, huh?
Where's my foul? Yeah.
LeBron ain't chasing nobody down but that record. That's it.
Yeah.
With the Anthony Alvarado, what did he want?
No, he just riding.
Oh.
Yeah. We on commercial break, y'all. 26-34. We're at the end of the first quarter. We got ourselves a hell of a game right now. Dallas, Kyrie Irving got 7 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Luka Doncic got 11 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Reggie Bullock with 6 points, Powell with 2, and Josh Green, the young boy, 4, 1 and 1. And the Spurs, they just the Spurs. It's Flight Sports.
The Spurs are coming. They're falling apart already.
Well, it's 26-34. I don't think that's fair, but I do believe I expect them to tail off, you know, towards the stretch.
Yeah, Luka doesn't even create space. He just shoots in people's face, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Pause. But yeah, no.
Man.
He just tried to do a step back to close the quarter. I'm watching it. And there's like no space creation there. It's just like, I'm shooting this. I don't care that y'all triple team me either. Like that's wild, bro. I like his confidence, I guess. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Are the Dallas Mavericks built for the playoffs, Ted?
Oh, they built for the playoffs.
Yeah, the Dallas Mavericks are they built for the postseason?
Nah, they built for the postseason. They gonna be in there. I mean, they ain't taking it to the house though.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be difficult to do that.
Yeah, they definitely not taking it to the house.
Who you like coming out the West?
Phoenix.
I mean, that's just based on common sense. Even though, I mean, they got to get a bench. They got to get their bench together. Phoenix, you know what I'm saying? They got enough firepower. They got enough IQ.
Well, the Chris Paul can't get the championship now. He just don't deserve it.
Ooh,
There's no Golden State Warriors in his way. So they decimated. The Warriors are decimated. That was the boogeyman for him. Now you got KD on your side. Because I do believe they would have beat the Golden State Warriors when he was with Houston if they didn't have Kevin Durant. If it was just the Warriors without KD and Harden and Chris Paul, they would have took down the Warriors at least once, and got to the finals. So now you got KD. There's no reason why you don't go. And he ended up going to the finals in Phoenix, and he just couldn't get it done. Now you got to get back. Now it's all about who the hell is going to be there when they get there, because there's no guarantee they're going to win again. You got Giannis. I think KD could be an equalizer, but Giannis to the point now where he feel like he could take KD out. So it's a tough situation. Giannis the boogeyman, because it's like he ain't afraid of KD at all. It's like he ready for this. And he had to deal with KD in the West, so he ain't going to be new to this. I think that the Phoenix Suns could beat the Boston Celtics, in my opinion. But I don't know about Milwaukee. I think they could mess around and lose again. They'll beat Miami. They'll beat all these other people.
But keep in mind, Flight, that Giannis won that series against KD and KD alone, because James Harden was hampered with the hamstring, so he was playing on one leg. Kyrie was out. So if he see KD again with Chris Paul and Booker, now KD have weapons at his disposal that he didn't have when his shoes was a half size too big.
Good point.
Yeah, I was about to say that too. You've never seen a comfortable KD without all that drama around him. That's a different Kevin Durant, man.
Well, we're gonna find out.
It's a different Kevin Durant.
But they're gonna be hella coach. I like Monty Williams too, though. He's gonna be a good coach for that team.
Yeah.
How you think? What do you think about Monty Williams?
Monty always been a good coach. He a player coach.
Yeah, he deserved this team. I remember when he lost in the finals. He was like, that kind of made him real emotional. Like when he was at the press conference, like he was holding back tears. I don't know if y'all remember that.
No crying in basketball, man.
Well, I mean, that's a tough loss. Don't nobody want to lose like that.
I got you.
That's a hurtful loss. Can't you agree?
Yeah, it was tough. Man. It was tough. Oh, man.
Damn, this Christian Wood just ran straight through him.
Your Christian Wood is a problem.
We only speaking about one game, because I see a game over here that they going crazy out here.
Who playing?
Detroit on Orlando. Ivy just tied it up.
If it's electric like that, you can let them know what's going on.
Over there watching.
No, not the game. Not talking about the game right now. Is Boston, Indiana. They're in overtime with 1:16 to go. I'm actually going to click on that.
Well, Detroit and Orlando. Ivy just tied it up with a big 3. 4.5 seconds left in the fourth.
Yeah, you got the game. I'm just going to look at what's going on in Indiana right now, because you got a game. Literally was 1:16 to go in overtime. Celtics up 2.
Detroit got Wiseman now, so I definitely got to keep a little hover over it.
Yeah,
what you need to hover around that for?
Nah, because I got faith in Wiseman, man.
He's going to be coming off the bench next year.
I got faith in Wiseman. My boy Markelle Fultz, always got to hover around him also. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of the game, man. I like to see dudes.
What is Wiseman doing?
He's better come off the bench for Wemby.
Oh, 1 week.
Not much. He only put up 8 so far. Well, I can't even say so far because it's 3 seconds. 2, 1. I think he. Nope. Oh, the putback. It's over.
Who won?
Orlando just took it.
Oh, wow. We
Carter,
just talked about that earlier, how competitive they are.
Carter Jr. with the putback.
Tough.
Wow.
Oh, over Wiseman?
Nah, Wiseman. They didn't even have Wiseman in the game. That was a nice putback though. 3, 2, 1. Did he get it?
If Wiseman don't make it with Detroit, he could be, that's a tough one. Like I said, I talked to Wiseman. I thought I had an interview secured with Wiseman, and it just like he just was not. He was like Space Ghost.
Yeah, that's Wiseman personality, man. Like I said it before, like Wiseman, he's not. I don't want to no disrespect to him, but you do know he is a little bit slow. You know what I'm saying?
That's where I was getting at. I didn't want to,
No, I was gonna take some time now.
Yeah, down on the brother. You know what I'm saying? But for a 20-year-old, no, was he 20 at the time or 19? It was 20 or 19. It just was a Debbie Downer. I was like, this guy should be enthusiastic being in the NBA. He's known the second pick in that draft overall. He should be like, you got to tell him, hey, man, chill, dude, chill. You ain't got to tell Wiseman to chill. He come in there already chill, like too chill. He under chill.
Yeah, Klay Thompson took him under his wing. I respect.
I thought that was alarming.
I respect Klay Thompson for that, though. Klay Thompson was the one who took him under his wing. He used to take him out on the boat, things of that nature. Really hang out with him and be a friend to him. But I don't know if you ever met one of those type of people, man. There's nothing really. I don't want to say there's nothing wrong with them. It's just emotionally they just limited. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I met some.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that in the world. It's just.
But I met him under different circumstances, But what Wiseman would trip me out. Like I say, he's in the NBA. He's in a crowded arena, and his team is playing. And you would think that he'll be more energetic, like Jonathan Kamunga or Moody or somebody like that that's young on that team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was totally the opposite. And he was their young star. They was hanging their future on Wiseman to some degree.
Yeah, a lot of times it's your youth, though. You know what I'm saying? Your youth affects you sometimes. He a dude that went through a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, accomplishment is accomplishments, though, man. You gotta salute the brother. That's why Penny Hardaway. You gotta give it to Penny Hardaway, man. Penny's the one who really, really worked hard to get him into the league.
Yeah.
Penny know his story, so salute to Penny Hardaway, man. On God, man. He's just one of those dudes. Because the team that Penny used to coach, I think it was a junior high. I think the coach had he had gotten cancer or something like that. But I ain't gonna get too deep into that. But it's a lot of history, man. And one thing I do know is that that's what kind of catapulted him to the situation.
I think that was a 30-30. Wasn't that a 30-30? Wasn't that an ESPN 30-30 documentary on Penny Hardaway?
I'm not 100% sure. That's not where I got the details from, so I can't tell you for sure. But that's one thing with me, man. I follow everybody right back from the beginning, man. Or if I catch you from your start, I'm gonna follow you from there. There's a lot factors into success in life, period. You know what I'm saying? With anything you do.
Yeah. But like I said, the only reason why I feel that I can share somewhat of an input on Wiseman because I had the opportunity to meet him.
Right.
And to feel his energy and to witness his demeanor. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's why I feel I'm qualified to say something towards that aspect of his emotions.
Yeah. I got you. What
Other than
about
that, I'll be
those?
like, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what you think about them Pelicans, man? How you think they gonna pull through?
Well, the last I checked, they was down. I don't know if the situation has turned in their favor, but they was down like around 9.
Yeah, they're still down 105-94. That's that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I have a funny feeling they're gonna unravel. Unfortunately, because I mean, I don't know, man, how everybody else looking at it, but right about now, bro, like I'm talking about game. The NBA is so interesting right now, like literally game by game, bro. Every single like you should be checking the standings after every night, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because this is gonna move, man. By next week, this whole that whole lineup is gonna switch, man. From 4 to 13 is gonna switch, man. I promise you.
this is not looking good for the Pelicans.
Yeah, I
And
see.
what happened to the Willie Green Magic?
I seen that coming though, man. I seen that coming. I seen that coming. Because what it is that Ingram got to put out a little bit more now. You got to get the Ingram from last year. With Zion being out.
I already say Ingram got him some prime real estate down there in South Beach, and that's gonna be his next destination.
That's a big block right there.
But if you look at it in that New Orleans Pelicans situation, Rico, if you're still here, is that in a minute, Brandon Ingram gonna hold all the cards because it's gonna be like, can you depend on Zion? I know you paid him, and that contract made him the face of the franchise, and he's an all-star, a two-time all-star, back-to-back all-star. But can you actually depend on him to be what you need him to be for this franchise? So this is how Brandon Ingram and his agent should be approaching the situation to get buku money out of Gil Benson.
He said buku money. Nah, I think Brandon Ingram gonna move. I honestly think so. I mean, when you get the opportunity to go where you want to go, I mean, I think every player should take it. You know what I'm saying? So if you got the bag already and then you get the next opportunity and you get to move and you could actually get to where you want to get to, I mean, come on, man. Your career only lasts for so long. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he got a problem with New Orleans, but I don't think that's where he wants to be.
Yeah, I don't think that's where he wants to be either. I think he wants to be down there on South Beach with his people, doing his thing. Yeah.
Yo, you funny as hell, bro. You are funny, Dex. You a real one for real.
You already got Haslam down there. He'd be right at home with him, right? Donis Haslam be right at home. Brother, I know where the temple is at.
I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, but the standard's gonna move tonight. Tomorrow night. By the time KD actually steps on the court next Wednesday, it's gonna be crazy. Like if you want to screenshot the standings right now and then compare and contrast the standings from when you screenshotted it to next Wednesday, I promise you're gonna see a lot of movement, man. That's what I'm in it for right now. Like it's exciting, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Well, I know this much. Adam Silver made the best out of a bad situation, and I got to give him credit on that aspect because that Brooklyn Nets episode,
Tobacco.
yeah, damn sure was a debacle. And it could have been that way to start of the season, but Adam Silver stepped in. And when Adam Silver stepped in, he probably, speculative, of course, probably politely shared with those two giants of the NBA, just play through the first half and we'll work on getting you out of it. but we don't want to start the season off with a major market like New York in shambles. Let's milk the market then, because it was too easy to trade them. Think about that.
At that point in time,
Yeah.
you think so?
No. I'm talking about now. At this, at the trade deadline, it was just too easy to trade them. It's like, okay, go.
Oh, you feel like that trade was already made
Yeah, it was already
4 months,
made.
4
Yeah.
months prior?
Yeah. Just don't start the season off like that. Start the season off intact. Everybody start at the finish line at the same, and let's run for it. And then at the All-Star break, do your thing. And it just seemed like it was already scripted. It was too easy. Oh, I want to trade. Remember when he wanted to trade at first? Oh, we can't find no suitors for him. Oh, no, we got to talk about it. Durant, no. Commissioner interceded. Why would the commissioner intercede if a player requests a trade? The last time that happened, if I'm not mistaken, was Chris Paul when he got traded to the Los Angeles Lakers and David
When you
Stern
supposed to. And they were supposed to get Kevin Garnett too, dog. I swear to you, Kobe would have had 2 more rings. They broke Kobe, bro. The NBA broke him down. He didn't have to break down like that. Kobe with
That Dan
Kevin
and Tony
Garnett.
did that shit.
Yeah, bro.
Like Dan and Tony ran that man to the ground. He ran Steve Nash to the ground. He ran Stoudemire to the ground. Mike D'Antoni runs everybody to the ground.
Yeah. That's just.
He said, "You want a ball? You want some stats? Let's see if you can hold up."
Yeah, but man, my dude Kobe would have had 2 more rings, bro. At least 1 more. At least 1 more. But that's what you believe, though, or that's facts that you speaking in terms of the commissioner.
It's probably a little bit of both. Oh yeah, the commissioner. That's facts. Yeah, that's definitely facts. He interceded in that. He had a private meeting. You know what I'm saying? When Kevin Durant, like, I'm out. He said, whoa, hold up, everybody, hold up, pump your brakes, put them horses back into the barn. Let us talk this out now. Let's be rational. This is Adam Silver, like, not on my watch.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? We're not going to destroy this New York market like this.
Yeah, I know Zion Williams picks out his own clothes. He has to. He need to get a designer, bro.
You need a stylist.
He need a stylist, bro. That dude is dead ass wearing the All-Star jacket right now.
He's wearing the country boy. What you expect?
You seen the loop earrings that he had? He had them loop earrings are so big, bro. It's like a female could do a hula hoop in them joints, bro. That loop earring is big, bro. I'm like, damn, bro, who dresses you, man?
In his mind, he the flyest thing walking.
He the flyest thing walking, man. Yeah, you need to stay healthy, man. This team need him, though, man. He be breaking down at the wrong times. But at the same time, like I always say, you can't really. It happens, man. Freaking happens, bro. Look at Brandon Roy, man. You know what I'm saying? At least some people are able to come back, man. Brandon Roy, he probably would have went down as one of the greatest players ever.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying? Brandon Roy is the truth, man. I don't care what nobody tell me.
What about Greg Alden? Greg Alden came into the league after LeBron, even though they thought that was LeBron big brother. But they damn near look alike.
You told my Odin?
Mm-hmm. Greg Oden. Yep. What did I say?
Nah, you said Auden, but
I mean, yeah, Oden, Greg Oden, yeah.
Nah, that's another one too, bro. Like, but he wouldn't have lasted though, because he was the last of the big men, the official big men. So he'd have been out the league eventually, also.
Joel Embiid still hanging in there.
Nah, come on, stop it. Greg Oden compared to Joel Embiid is way advanced. I mean, when you get a center that could do he's doing the James Harden step back better than James Harden, bro. Like literally, bro. Like Joel Embiid he's one of one,
rare.
bro. Yeah, he's
rare.
one of one, man. Yeah, he's one of one. I'm not gonna lie to you. His game is fleek,
big
bro.
behemoth. That's why I call Joel Embiid the behemoth of a human being.
Yeah, he a problem, man.
The confectionery monstrosity.
He would have gave Shaq fits. Shaq would have been like, man, I ain't going out there. I'm not going out there. You know what I'm
You
saying?
heard what Rasheed Wallace said about Shaq?
What he said? I
He
didn't hear it.
said every time he played Shaq,
Mm-hmm.
he'd be in the locker room at the end of the game with ice everywhere on his body. His elbows, his hip, his knees. And then Uncle Cliff, that's Cliff Robinson, R.I.P. Cliff Robinson,
Mm-hmm.
told him he's doing it all wrong. And to get Shaq out of his realm and put Shaq in Rasheed Wallace realm by bringing him out on the perimeter and making Shaq either make the choice: are you going to come or are you going to get your illegal defense? And so he did that, and he said that turned the whole series around against the Lakers.
Yeah.
By getting Shaq out of his comfort zone.
Nah, Shaq don't want to come nowhere past that foul line, bro.
Rasheed Wallace made him pay for it.
Yeah, because he don't got the lateral movement. Shaq never had the lateral movement like that. So you got to make it tough on him. The one person that used to guard Shaq straight up, and I give that man, that's why I say a lot of people be sleeping on this dude, bro. But that dude would guard Shaq straight up, no double team, nothing. Take all the hits, take the elbows, I mean, could you guess who I'm gonna say?
Well, I'd say there was two.
Who?
It was Sabonis and Yao Ming.
Nope. Yao Ming used to get bodied by Shaq, bro. I mean, he used
But
to
he
play.
guarded 1-on-1, and he used to block Shaq's shot too a lot.
Yeah, he used to block it, but Shaq used to deal with him. But I'm surprised you ain't even what Dennis Rodman, my guy. Dennis Rodman, man.
Well, if that's the case, you might as
do
well
it.
say Grant.
Who?
Grant from Portland. Remember Grant? Remember that Grant with the dreadlocks?
Nobody guarded Shaq the way Rodman. I know what you're talking about, but nobody guarded Shaq the way Rodman.
What is his first name?
Shaq.
What is Grant's first name? Ryan Grant.
Ryan Grant. Yeah, there you go.
Ryan Grant.
Nah, bro, you're gonna compare.
Well, Rodman.
Man, Rodman.
But see, one thing about Rodman, he's a whisper stuff. You know what I'm saying? He patting people on the booty, so he had a lot of trickery with him.
Yeah,
and he was annoying. So I don't know if he just like guarded Shaq 1-on-1 like a Yao Ming without the antics. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, Rodman guarded everybody with antics. It don't matter. But when I'm talking about taking the blows, taking the back down, everything. Bro.
That's what I'm saying. He patting people on the butt and rubbing their back, and
he used to pull the chair on Shaq and everything, bro.
Yeah. Come on, what Parker used to do that to Shaq too, though. But see, when you seen Rodman play live, he done so many quirky things that would get him socked in the face, but people just didn't do it. A few people wanted to fight him, like Alonzo Mourning, Karl Malone.
You sleeping like Rodman won't knock you out, bro. Right? Don't sleep on Rodman. Yo.
No, I'm not saying that Rodman was a punk.
He definitely wasn't.
Not that kind of a punk. He was a punk, but not that kind of a punk.
Oh, stop it. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
But people, Rodman had just those antics, and it just got up under people's skin. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's why I wouldn't just say Rodman per se, because because of his antics. But even though he was a Stouse defender now, don't get it twisted.
Rodman he's top 10.
Stouse defender, but
he's top 10, bro.
Yeah, but Ben Wallace could guard you without the antics.
No, I understand, but all right, I guess you're utilizing the antics part of it, but look, man, you got to use what you got to use towards your advantage.
Yeah, Rodman's high IQ. Rodman is high IQ. I tell you that.
No more. Say no more. All right, as long as you understand that, we good. You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, man, I ain't never see a man Superman to save a ball like that. That man would literally Superman to save a ball, bro.
Yeah, yeah, he put his body on the line. But then
Yeah, bro.
again, as soon as he do something spectacular, then he want to kick somebody in their groins and get sued for millions of dollars.
Well, and he'll pay it too. That's why I respected him, man. Like he owned up to the things that he did. It's not like he did it. You know what I'm saying? What's his name over there on the Warriors? He don't front like that.
Draymond.
Draymond, yeah, Rodman owned up to everything that he did. He let you know that's the way he played. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, even Detroit, Rodman was. Oh my God,
No,
I don't.
Detroit Rodman was supreme.
Oh
No
my
antics.
God,
That was the worm. Remember, he had the nickname the worm.
man,
Once he left Detroit and started coming up with them antics, they snatched that worm. They snatched that worm moniker from him.
I ain't gonna debate it. I think it was the
Call
other
him the
way
worm no
around,
more.
but he always been the worm, man. That's why they call him the worm because he dig into you, man. He
No, but I'm
always
saying
find
is
a
that that's where he got that moniker in
from
Detroit.
Detroit. You think so?
Yes, I know so.
Okay,
I don't think I know
I give you that.
the worm.
I'm not 100% sure, so I
And
won't
then once
argue.
he, yeah, and then once he left and started doing the antics, the on court, off court, because of the Madonna kind of got his head blew up. She's a little, Madonna's a little, a little something something.
She
And
corky
when
herself.
exactly, I wasn't going to say that, but go ahead. And then he just got really wild with it. Started dyeing his hair. Remember, Rodman was the first one to come in with the dye hair and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He originated
Okay.
that. So he was an originator when it came to that aspect of showmanship.
Yeah, that started in San Antonio. San
Hmm.
Antonio, Rodman was a oh man, that's my
Yeah,
guy too.
he was a mess. Vinny Del Negro was his
Vinny
unbenched
Del
counselor.
Negro.
That was his unbenched counselor.
salute, salute to you for even saying that name, bro. Vinny Del Negro. He used to call him Vinny Del Negro.
Yeah,
That
Vinny
was
Black. That's all it
that
means. Vincent Black.
right. That's the Will
But in
Purdue.
Italy, it it sound like something real cool. Vinny Del Negro. I got it.
Yeah,
Boy, I
yo,
bend that down.
Dex funny as shit, bro.
Vincent Black. In the hood, he Vincent Black.
Vincent Black.
Vince. Yo, Vince.
All right, we got a 58-68 on my screen. Second quarter. Dallas up 101. 1 minute left in the second.
Where'd the flight go? Flight just disappeared on us.
Flight probably there, man.
My device is running hot. Device overheating.
Oh, that's the worst. That's just from the stream, or you multitasking on that?
No, well, it's from the stream. And then my, what's it called? League pass froze on me. Oh, there we go. We're back now. So go ahead, Talent. Call it play-by-play. I will be immersed with you.
Hey, you all good? We're about to go to halftime. Timeout just now, though,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. Oh, nah.
We want to shout everybody out for watching Flight Sports TV coming up to the stream. If you happen to just walk around this vast digital real estate and you just stumbled into this dimension, please.
Uh-oh. I hope we didn't lose Dex. Well, what he was going to say is please hit the like button and subscribe. Most definitely. Flight Sports TV. The Machine. The Machine. Yo, Flight, where you at, man? I think that Dex faded out, man. I got confidence in my internet now. I know it ain't me. All right, halftime, 74-63. Mavericks is up. Let's see if I can find some stats for the people. Let's see if I can find some stats for the people. All right. Got
Yeah,
Malaki.
shout out Ted. I see you cooking. I'm cooking, Richard.
That's what's up, man.
Look at Ted. Shout out Kinetic Chorus. What you was talking about? Let's politic.
Nah, I was just gonna read off some stats. It's halftime. We got a 63-74. Mavericks with the lead at halftime. We got Malaki Branham leading all scores for the Spurs. That's crazy, bro. Like the Spurs got a bunch of names that you don't even know, man. But salute to the Spurs anyway. On the Mavericks side, Luka Doncic is leading all scores with 21. Kyrie Irving behind him with 13.
Right.
Yeah, Luka got 5 assists, Kyrie with 4 assists. So they pretty much looking like they're about to dominate this game in the second half.
Yeah, man, it's over.
Yeah, they need this win though. I mean, they need to hold on to their spot. So
What's the seedings?
currently, got the Mavericks at 6. Suns is right ahead of them at 5, and the Pelicans is right at the bottom of them at 7. So Pelicans keep losing like that, they'll be helping out the T-Wolves if the T-Wolves are able to win. But what I'm looking at mainly though is we got the Lakers who's trying to climb up, the Warriors who's trying to climb up, the Trailblazers who's definitely trying to climb up. So those 3 teams right there, you got to keep your eyes on. The goal of every other team in between is to hold these teams off. You understand? So it's like a force battle, like a losing force versus a winning force. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's kind of like intriguing to me.
You breaking it down from a whole nother level.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Because it doesn't matter how much you win if the team above you is winning. Also, you're technically not going anywhere. You understand? So that's what makes it interesting to me. I'm just trying to see how this go. So, you got the teams like I said, the Mavericks are number 6, the Pelicans following them at 7, T-Wolves at 8. So if you draw a line right there, you got the Warriors, Thunder, Jazz, Trailblazers, and Lakers. They're all in a battle right now. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. I mean, most people probably won't have no faith in the Thunder. Most people probably won't have no faith in the T-Wolves. And if the Pelicans keep dropping the way they dropping, well, mind you, the Pelicans are holding on to the 7th spot. That's a very important spot. You understand?
Yeah,
so
it is.
That's a very, very important spot. So if they release,
why is it important, Talent?
Well, I'm just saying it's one of those spots. It's that last spot that guarantees you a spot in the playoffs. Like you're not worried about the playing. You understand?
But 7 doesn't guarantee you a spot, does it?
Yeah.
6 guarantee you a spot, right? 7 you still got to play.
Is that accurate?
Yes,
you may be right.
When you're the 7th seed, 7 to 10, you have to play. 10.
Okay, say no more. Mm-hmm. I appreciate you on that for correcting me.
But what makes it but you are correct when you said it's a important spot, because if you win, you advance. All you got to do is win in advance.
Win one,
right? Just win one. The other ones you got to win 2.
Correct.
And then if you lose, you still got another opportunity to win that 1.
Got you.
So that's why it's important to be 7.
Well, there you go, man. So it's interesting, and like I said, KD's not stepping back on until next Wednesday. So basically, the Suns, they're gonna have to pull out a couple games without him. They got the Thunder tomorrow. They got the Bucks on Sunday, and then you're not gonna see KD until he plays LaMelo Ball in the Charlotte Hornets Wednesday, March 1st. So that'll be him stepping out for the first time. So we got to see what happens with that situation. But they definitely got to try to move up or hold on to that 5th spot. Now, I keep it 100 with you, man. Like looking at the CD, I'm not downplaying these teams, but you got to understand they're kind of like doing more than what you thought they were going to do this season. You understand? And those teams are the Grizzlies and Kings. So you got to really scratch your head and really wonder if those two teams are going to be able to hold on to that 2 and 3 spot. I mean, if
But
they do, mhm.
the Grizzlies is kind of expected to be where they're at
Right,
because last season there was a number 2 seed in the West.
right, I got you. But maybe it's just my personal, it's probably just me personally. I mean, I just don't feel. Give me a second, bro. I apologize. Like I tell you, I live out here in the Times Square, Brooklyn, so I apologize for my background. But I can't help it. It is
You
what it
just
is.
studied Times Square. You just studied on this right here.
It's, I'm saying that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? It's New York City, baby. But like I was saying, I mean, I don't hate on the Grizzlies, but I think they be overachieving. I really do think that. It's just my opinion, though. But I think they be overachieving a little bit. I they do got a damn good coach though, so salute to him, man. But based on the roster that they have, I just think I think he just does damn well with the roster that he has. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'll go with you. That was their position last year, and they grabbed it back this year. So sometimes you just got to give respect where it's due. You know
Now
what I'm
I have
saying?
a question to you, Talent. Do you think with their overachievement, is that accredited to Tyler Jenkins, the coach, or John Morant, the zealot?
Nah, Tyler Jenkins all the way. Tyler Jenkins, I think he's an awesome coach. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I wish the Bulls had him.
Is
You
he
know
the
what I'm
Brad
saying?
Stevens of the West?
He's earned it. I mean, he hasn't. I mean, he ain't grab a chip or anything like that. I mean, neither has Brad Stevens. But I would consider him that, man. Because let's keep it 100. The West is tough. You know what I'm saying? So for him to take the roster that he has and be able to accomplish that much with that roster, I got to give him all the credit because, mind you, John Moran is still fairly new to the league. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these players, like, they didn't start stepping up their accolades until Tyler stepped in. I mean, the Grizzlies weren't all that prior to Tyler Jenkins. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, if you want to give him that, I'll give it to him. I will give it to him.
Right. The only thing I don't like what happened with the Grizzlies is that John Morant won Most Improved Player when everybody knows the most improved player on that Grizzly team was Desmond Bain.
That's kind of odd. Most improved player. Ja didn't come out of nowhere, so he shouldn't earn that. I think most improved players should always go to somebody who comes out of nowhere, man.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, you
I
can't be
agree.
well known and earn that award. That don't make no sense. That don't make any sense at all. Let me
I
ask you
know
this
that.
question. Go ahead.
I was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. Now I just wanted to touch on the Clippers right quick. They holding down that number 4 spot. Um, where you think Russ is gonna? You think Russ coming off the bench?
I really don't know. Ty Lue is a terrific coach, and he was a point guard, and he played under Phil Jackson as
Mm-hmm.
point guard. And
He got walked
I don't
over
know.
too.
Yeah, I don't know how he's gonna manage the Russell Westbrook dynamic. I just think either way, it's still going to be a plus for the Clippers because Russ was already coming off the bench for the Lakers. He might go ahead and keep that same role because he was the front runner of Sixth Player of the Year.
Okay.
So if he comes off the bench with the Clippers and maintain his output, he can still be that Sixth Player of the Year for the Clippers. And that'll give Clippers how many, like 3 Sixth Players of the Year
Yeah, cause
in
they had
recent times?
yeah, I forgot my boy used to what's his name? Lou?
Yeah, Lemon
Uh
Pepper.
yeah, Lemon Pepper Lou, man. He used to make that damn thing happen shit. He made his whole career around that.
Yeah, sure did.
And that's what I say. Sometimes you just gotta get in where you fit in. April 1st, man. I mean, that's a very important day, man. Excuse me, not even April 1st. I mean April 5th. That's gonna be a hell of a day. the Flight Sports TV gonna blow up that day. You want to guess why?
Why? Because Kevin Durant?
Nope. It's
Why?
a LA thing. It's a LA thing.
April 5th?
April
Clippers and
5th.
Lakers.
Clippers and Lakers, my man. Clippers and Lakers.
That's gonna be a good game.
I might have to go to that game. I might think about it.
It's gonna Flight Sports TV is gonna blow up that day, man. Mark it on your calendars, people. It's gonna go down.
You heard what Ted said.
It's gonna go down. Hey, we gotta have a mass amount of people on the panel, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. This panel, you probably won't be able to fit in out here, bro. Flight might have to kick certain people out just to get certain people in that night, because it's gonna go down, man. For real.
Right. It's facts.
So what are your takeaways from this game, Flight?
Nah, like I said, I like the game. It's going pretty crazy right now. We still at the half. 63-74. To me personally, I think that guys that like Kyrie Irving, he hasn't completely got it going just yet. So I'm awaiting him to erupt, in the second half. But then again, this is the San Antonio Spurs, so it's almost like, how much do they put the foot on the gas, especially up 11? And, who knows if San Antonio is going to put up a fight. But this is still a young, developing team. They still need to put it on the floor. So let's see.
Just know, I think Popovich is tanking for Wembanyama, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. If Pop get Wembanyama, just circle Pop in for another 10 years, man.
Why you don't think the Bulls might get Wembanyama?
No.
Do they
I don't know.
Do they own their pick? Do the Bulls own their pick?
I believe they do.
I mean, they're in the sweepstakes for him.
But the Bulls, man. I don't think the Bulls gonna give up. I definitely don't think that. I mean, they holding down the 11th spot right now. I mean, just remember, it doesn't matter like your seeding really as much as it used to. You never know where that ping pong ball gonna land. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Whoever get him, you just keep him healthy. That's all I can say, man. Just keep that man healthy.
Yeah, man, he's gonna be straight. So who you got winning the chip this year?
Anything can happen, man. Me personally, who I would like to see win it, definitely I want to see KD win it. I'm not gonna hold you. I mean, I would love to see the Knicks do something in the playoffs. I mean, surprise me. I could use a parade out here in New York, a New York one, like. But most people. Big. Yeah, exactly. That's what most people are gonna say. They all holding down the 6th spot, So, but at the end of the day, if you want to be straight up realistic, I mean, I definitely see that the Phoenix Suns, man. It's like, how could you can't fight against that healthy? That's a powerhouse healthy. But like I said, they bench is a factor, so anything can happen, man. It's all about who's hungry and who stays the healthiest.
I know one person agree with you on Flight Sports TV chat, and that's CWE Sun Valley.
Sun Valley.
Oh my God, how the mighty have fallen. CWE Sun Valley has morphed from CWE Bed-Stuy.
But
who was Toxic T biggest critic?
Hey, but one thing I gotta give him a little. Let me fight for him a little bit, man.
Monkey see, monkey do.
He was no. I don't believe that. I just think that he is a person that never explained as to why he was CW Bed-Stuy. So if he was CW Bed-Stuy because of KD from jump, which is what that kind of shows right now that he's CW Sun Valley, then you can't knock that, man, because the reason why he was CW best is because KD was where? In Brooklyn. Now KD's over there with the Suns. He's Sun Valley, man. You got it. Can't knock him. You can't really say that he flipped. He never got a chance to explain himself. You know what I'm saying?
So that means he was a Golden State Warrior fan prior to
Right.
this guy. So
Exactly.
that's even more a degenerate.
That's the point I'm trying to get.
He is a professional flip flopper then.
I wonder what was your name when he was with the Warriors? I would love to know, man.
CW Warriors.
CW Bay. I don't know.
CW Bay. CW Oaktown.
Something like that.
No wonder he was Toxic T biggest critic, because he know it hit home when Toxic jumped.
Well, Toxic. His name's really Toxic T, man. Oh my god. But Marquez reason
that's a hell of a name though, Toxic T.
Yeah. Marquez
sound like
reason
an underground rapper.
Something like that. Now his reason for jumping is because
Toxic T featuring MF Doom.
Oh shit, MF Doom. I thought he answered. That's actually a recap. Now, Toxic T's reason for jumping, I understand his reason for jumping. Like,
oh my God, the man of understanding, you killing me.
No, I'm just saying. So look, man, I can make drama, but I don't like drama, so I don't make it. I try to understand people from their angle, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody comes from an angle, man. Don't do that to me, Dex. I'm just one of those people, bro.
You're gonna have me sing. I'm finna remix a song.
Look,
this song is dedicated to Talented the
don't
DJ.
Do it to me. Don't do it to me, man.
Mr. Understanding. Mr. Understanding.
Nah, look, I'm an understanding person, but
He's
when I'm
understanding.
You can't
so understanding.
Look, that
Mr. Understanding.
One thing you can't front
I just can't sing it like Akon, but
when it's time to battle, I battle, Dex. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you gotta avoid the battle a little bit.
You remember that Akon song, Mr. Lonely, right?
Mr. Lonely, yeah, lonely. Don't get me
Mr.
started.
Understanding.
Yo, chill,
understanding. Bro. So understanding.
Nah, but Marquez makes his rounds on these podcasts out here, bro. Like he really travels. I mean, I know Marquez before Flight Sports, man. So Marquez be on, I'm not gonna say names though, but he be on podcasts, bro. And what happened was that all the New York podcasts that he be on, they tear him to shreds, bro.
They rip him one.
Yeah, they tear him to shreds, man. But mind you, he was speaking the truth. You know what I'm saying? For what it was at that point in time. I mean, granted, the Knicks are doing a whole lot better now, but they didn't want to hear what he had to say. You know, those New York fans that act like Cowboy fans. That's what he was running into.
Mm-hmm. He put a mirror in front of him, huh?
Yeah, so he just said, you know what, man? I'm out of here.
Just look at yourself.
And he hopped over to Giannis. Why he chose Giannis, I can't tell you, but it is what it is, man. All right, we got 66-79, 9:34 in the third quarter. We didn't catch it from the start, but we still here. Dallas still holding on to that lead. Everything looking smooth. We got Doncic bringing the ball up at this point in time. Oh, we got a turnover. Dallas turns the ball over. Kyrie's arguing the point, saying that somebody tipped it. And the refs agree. So it will be Dallas ball. Lucas taking it out. Popovich looking like, I got this. Wembanyama's mine's. You guys just act like you're fighting hard, but make sure you lose. That's the face on Popovich right now.
Yo, what's up, panel?
What's shaking, bro?
Oh, I just wanted to chime in on the mark. Marquez, Toxic T,
Toxic tizzy.
Toxic T in the building.
Transformation, or whatever you want to call it.
Evolution.
His evolved state that
Toxic.
he's
The T
currently
stand for
in.
takes.
Yeah. What I remember happening is me and Marquez had a debate on Flight Sports TV, in which I told him that Jordan Clarkson would be the best player on the New York Knicks. And within
I just want to
48
announce
hours,
that Onyx
Marquez
is
was
not a
now a
good
Bucks
person.
fan.
Oh, let's say it again. Within 48 hours.
I told Marquez that Jordan Clarkson would be the best player on the New York Knicks, and within 48 hours, he was a Bucks fan.
No commento. No comentos. No comentas. I'm gonna leave that right there. He not here to defend himself, so I'm not gonna speak for that man.
Matter of fact, can we get updates on the score, because that's probably where he's at watching the Bucks game.
Oh, most definitely. We got an 82-68 lead, man.
You check the FanDuel right now.
Oh, you talking about the other game? My fault.
Yeah.
The Bucks play tonight? I didn't know. I got a site where, man, I swear to you, bro, I don't need no. Let me hush, man. But I get all the games for nothing.
Onyx, I see you, and you're not a good person. You're a filthy animal.
That's out of control, Dex.
Hey. You got to say like how they said it in Home Alone, though. Yeah, I know you remember that.
You filthy animal.
You watch that movie every Christmas, right?
Nah, not every Christmas, but that was one of my favorite movies, bro. If I ever binged a movie, that was one. I ain't gonna hold you, man. That movie got a lot of airplay for me. Hold up, yeah. See the Bucks is running tonight. Is that accurate? That the Bucks are running tonight?
Nah, the Bucks
Yeah.
ain't playing.
They playing Indiana. They're not playing Indiana. That's not the Bucks. Who's that? Boston.
That's Boston. Wrong green, my man. Wrong green.
Yeah, wrong green. I was looking at it from a distance.
It's all good. Wrong green.
Well, okay. Can we get a rundown on the scores of the finals?
You want it on the let's see what we got for them, man. So the Celtics won that one, 142-138. What you can see that Jason Tatum put up 31, 7 assists. Wow, he had a double-double. And Jaylen Brown had a double-double. 12 rebounds for Tatum, 11 rebounds for Jaylen Brown. Tatum put up 31, Jaylen Brown put up 30. Malcolm Brogdon with a big 24. Derek White with 17. Damn, the Celtics team is pretty interesting. I ain't gonna lie to you, though. They're pretty interesting. Does LA play tonight? Is it tonight that they play the Warriors?
Yeah, Lakers play the Warriors.
Yeah.
North Cal versus South Cal.
Yeah, that's a game we need to chime in on. LA up 19-13 right now in the first quarter. That game just got on the way. And you see, this is what I'm talking about. So the reason why you got to make it is so interesting, because if LA win, you got to go see who lost, because they can move up if enough teams lose.
What happened to the Pelicans?
Pelicans lost, if I'm not mistaken. I'll pull that up for you right now, though. I will pull it up for you, my man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I no disrespect, man, to Miss Jessica or Sky, man, but I ain't got no faith in them. They lost 115-110.
Well, we won't see Sky tonight.
Brandon Ingram put up 36. CJ McCollum
calories.
You see, if CJ McCollum got to put up 23, then yeah, man, That's the problem. CJ McCollum shouldn't have to put up 23, especially if he's running the one. So if he's forced to put up 23, they're not going anywhere, man. Yeah, man. Got them loud tailpipes and everything out here. Stop playing with it. But yeah, if CJ McCollum got to put up 23, I can't have that much faith in the Pelicans, man. They need somebody else, man. Larry Nance played 19 minutes, only had 3 points. It's not gonna work. It's just not feasible, man. It's not. They're about to go on a losing streak, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
They just came off 11-game losing streak.
I don't. Well, they're about to play the Knicks. I don't think they're gonna beat the Knicks. They might get away with the Magic, but the Magic's play damn hard. Trailblazers, I don't think they're gonna beat the Trailblazers, and then they got the Warriors and the Sacramento Kings right after that, followed by the Mavericks. I mean, and these old teams fighting for a position. Like it's gonna be tough for the Pelicans, man. It's gonna be tough. I mean, the easiest team I see them having is within the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Within the next 10 games, bro, the easiest teams that they have is the Thunder and the Magic, and I can't even say the Thunder is easy.
Well, it depends on where that game is being played at.
Against the Thunder, it looked like they're going to be playing at New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans could get them.
I'm saying, so good luck to them. I mean, they do got a back-to-back with the Rockets. So hopefully they can pull that out. But the Lakers might get them again. Trailblazers might.
They're going a losing streak, Talent. They're going to be out of the play-in situation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm calling it from now. I'll be honest with you. That's the one team I'm calling it. Like I said, it's no disrespect. I'm just spitting facts. Like,
and they're going to boo Zion. Watch, let them fall out the play-in situation. They're going to boo Zion.
Nah, I'm calling it, bro. They're gonna drop. They're gonna drop like an anvil. I said that since last week. Yeah, they're going to drop. There's no questions asked. Like, that's the one team I see dropping. I mean, Zion does so much for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they had CJ McCollum and they still had Lonzo, like I would give them more of a chance. Because then you could actually put CJ in a scoring position and you could let Lonzo run the offense. But CJ can't run the offense and score at the same time. He's not that type of player. He's not built like that. You know what I'm saying? He's either or. We ain't saying he can't score, but he can't do both at the same time. So, we'll see what happens, man. I'm just looking at the logic of the situation. I'm going to keep an eye on that Laker game, though. I'm definitely into that one. But we're going to swing back to Golden State. We're going to swing back to Dallas right quick and see what's going on, though. If Marquez was here to hear what that man just said, Marquez would have went off, man. As I said, I am not speaking for that man. I'll let that man speak for himself. All right, we got a 75-85 10-point game. Dallas in the lead right now. Well, they've been in the lead from tip, to be honest with you. Hold up. I didn't know he was playing for San Antonio. That's what Deontay Graham is?
Yeah. Yep. He's their starting guard.
Wow.
You got Luke on the line, 78-88.
ahead of me. I'm at a 75, 88 at the moment. DeJounte Grant. That's crazy, man. That boy been shopped around a lot the past couple of years, man. God damn.
Yeah, he turned into a journeyman. He was Charlotte's favorite son. Till
LaMelo
he
did
did
that.
that Jello. Till he did that Jello bull crap. He outed himself.
It's crazy. Damn, man. Flip of a dime, your career could just change, right?
Yep.
That's crazy. He's probably the only person I know on this San Antonio team right now, and I was surprised to see him. Like, I don't know none of these faces. They look like they pull everybody out their G League squad.
He said they emptied the G League and put and promoted him.
Promoted
They
him,
trying to
bro.
get that Victor. They try to get VM hard, boy.
Now you see things like this, like that's why I say, like, I kind of agree with some people when they said like Jello should have, not to bring Jello up in that type of manner, but I mean, if he would have tried to slide over to San Antonio, I mean, based on what they're doing, you don't think he probably would have got some playing time? You don't think they would have pulled
Did
him up?
San Antonio offer him training, an invite to training camp? I don't think
No,
so.
I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm speaking educated on it because I really don't know how that system go with the G
He
League.
went for the for sure. Charlotte invited him to training camp. Charlotte invited him to summer league, so he went with the for sure. He wasn't trying to shop around. His brother's already there, coming off of an all-star.
But wasn't he with Detroit for a minute also?
Yeah, because Detroit invited him.
Okay.
The brother that's the GM for Detroit, what's his name? Travis? Some Travis, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was the player of operation for the Oklahoma City Blue. And he initially got Jello back in, inviting Jello to Oklahoma City Blue G League, right?
Okay.
And then when he got promoted and went to Detroit, he gave Jello another invite to training camp.
Gotcha. I don't know if y'all spoke on this yesterday because I came excuse me, I came in a little bit late. But first things first, man, you know who Landry Fields is, right?
Yeah, Landry Fields, yes.
Man, I would have never thought that man was a GM, bro. And
Yep.
that surprised me, man. Landry Fields was a little problem in New York for a little bit, man. He had a little stint. What you think about that firing in Atlanta?
Nick McMillan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty shocking to me. I know him and Trey Young didn't see eye to eye. I don't know if John Collins was a part of that as well, because I know John Collins had his issue with the organization. So that's a tough one because Nick McMillan is a really good coach.
Sure is.
I mean, he turned that Atlanta franchise around after Lloyd Pierce had sunken him to a new low.
Yeah, that one shocked the hell out of me. I ain't gonna lie to you. They are underachieving though. I will say that. I mean, granted that they got that player from San Antonio. I mean, that was supposed to step their game up a whole lot, and so it's
Yeah,
kind
he's been in and out of the lineup though, right? Javante Murray.
Is he in and out? I'm not 100% sure.
I think he's
know,
been hurt a couple of times this season.
but I do know they underachieving because he's a good player. I mean, the question is now you got to really figure out who the problem really was. Are you going to fire the coach now? You're going to bring in a new one. You're going to see if they're going to step their game up or something else.
I think it's Trey Young. I think Trey Young is a coach killer.
That's the point I was trying to get to also. I just didn't want to say it right out like that. But I kind of agree with you.
Because we can't get him to play no defense. I mean, not a iota of defense. I mean, he's Mr. Matador.
He said Mr. Matador. Yeah, you funny as hell. But I mean, those type of players, you want to make yourself a one-way. I don't know what to tell you, man. 83-92. We got the Mavericks still up. Commercial break. Go ahead, Dex. You got it.
Yeah, so the thing of it is, we're not trying to say he's going to be all world on the defensive end of the floor, but at least make a concentrated effort to play defense at some point in the first, second, third, or fourth quarter. You feel me?
Nah, I got you.
And that's what it is. And coaches like Nate McMillan, who is a defensive stud when he played, and so that's his mindset. Uh, he played alongside the glove, crying out loud. So to have a star point guard and not make an effort on defense when you know that it's important that if you're a point guard, you are part of the first line of defense, you and the shooting guard.
Yes,
And
sir.
you're more so on the front line. So when you dig your foxhole, you gotta go and be disruptive to the other team's offensive set. And the best way you're gonna do that is harass the ball to some degree.
Right.
He doesn't go nowhere near that ball.
But what shocked me is that they fired him prior to the season ending. So what do they expect to accomplish? Because according to Landry Fields, like supposedly he's trying to make a run. I just want to know, how do you make this run going and get a new coach after All-Star? Like, that's an oxymoron to me. What you think about that?
That team is put together where their veteran presence should at least keep up some kind of sustainability. I don't expect them just to have an epic collapse. You know what I mean? Because the way they play and the way they're engineered and currently constructed, most of the players kind of know their role. The Clint Capellas, the Nyaki Okonkwo, the DeAndre Hunters of the world. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that you have to basically augment is Javonte Murray, John Collins, and Trae Young. Everybody else is basically playing a role with minimum shot selections. So that's
right.
where you got.
Now go ahead. You can finish.
I'm saying that's where you have to augment at. Those three: Murray, Young, and Collins.
It just throwing me off a little bit because according to, I don't know, bro. Is it who's the interim? Do you know? I'm trying to.
I don't even know. No, I don't know. I just know they fired him, and I didn't read the article. I saw it come across my ESPN notification and my Google notification, but I did not read the article because I was like, okay, oh well.
Well, you know what that means, right? The door is opening up for two people. Quentin Snyder.
Mike D'Antoni?
I doubt it.
Doubt it.
I'm
probably sure Trae Young would love him.
Yeah,
he's not going to
have to play no defense, right?
Right, exactly. That's what I was going to say. He's not going to demand any type of defensive play.
What about Udoka?
I don't know about Udoka in Atlanta. I don't know if that's the mentality that Atlanta Hawks want, because you already had Nate McMillan. That's a similar type of voice.
Right.
High demand, quality, accountability, and have respect for your fellow teammate. That's the same voice.
All right, I gotta. What's the name of that coach that was supposed to go to Charlotte. I forgot his name, man. I'm trying to see if I can pull it
Atkinson?
up now. Right, Atkinson. Would it be?
I would be shocked if he takes that job.
Okay. Say no more. That's.
I would be shocked because if you at Golden State and you might have been promised to some degree to take over for Steve Kerr when he decides to retire, because we already know Steve Kerr have his ailments, and sometimes he deals with a lot of pain that's unbearable.
Right.
Why would you leave that hegemony and go to Atlanta?
Okay. So then you didn't answer my question. My question was going to be, great statement, though. I love what you just said. What I was going to ask is, though, would that be taking a shot at Charlotte?
Oh, who cares?
He said, who cares?
Yeah, nobody don't care about taking no shot. They don't have the respectability. That's why it happened the way it happened.
No,
it unfolded perfectly when someone don't have respect for your organization.
All right, let me use a different word then. Would it be a slight, or do you consider that the same damn thing?
I consider it the same damn thing.
I respect it. I mean, me personally, it make me I'll come off with the rock eyebrow, definitely, because I'd be like, damn.
Why? As Charlotte Hornets, they don't even care about their own franchise. They don't even. I mean, they was basically forced to make a move with Plumlee and Jalen McDaniels, because I think Plumlee just had enough, and I commend Plumlee for that.
Oh, so you give Plumlee credit for that move?
Yeah, I think he just had enough. Like, man, what are you guys doing? I'm out. My agent, get me out of here. Find something for me. I'm done. I don't know. Gordon is not trying to win. These guys Terry's not trying to win. I don't know what's going on here. I don't want to be a part of no rebuild. Well, I've been in the league too long, and I accomplished very little. I don't want to be a part of no rebuild.
Well, based on the way you speak, I'll ask, is it really Gordon, or is it really the franchise that's not trying to win? We got an 89-99.
That's an easy answer.
Yeah, the franchise. That's what you're going to say.
No, I'm both.
Oh,
they're match made in heaven when it comes to losing, because Gordon Hayward came from a prized, legendary franchise. I mean, the legacy brand is out of control. Boston Celtics was the first NBA team to win 17 championships.
Right.
So you leave that franchise while you was on the cusp of getting to an NBA Finals, and LeBron left to go to the Lakers, and you left to go to Charlotte Hornets. I mean, how low can you go?
I mean, the bag was high, though.
That's where he went for the money. I didn't say nothing about I didn't say he was a cheap guy. I'm just saying that he ain't trying to win.
I mean,
when you look at that Boston roster, and then you look over at the Charlotte roster, and you be like, do I want the money or do I want a ring?
But let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 1,000 right now, though. I mean, based on the roster that they have right now, would Gordon have even fit? I don't think he would.
With
Boston. With Boston, would he fit with Jalen and Tatum right now? Listen, you think so?
A healthy Gordon Hayward in a city like Boston, damn yeah, he's gonna fit.
But and then also
he can't play Jason Tatum's position. He would probably have to go to the 2 or something.
Well, I mean, that's the 2.
No, because he can't play no power forward unless they're gonna let Jason Tatum play power forward. I doubt it.
And that's tough. That'll be tough for him. That's the
Hayward can't play power forward. He ain't strong enough. You might be right on that.
Hey man, Wesley just tricked the hell out of Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic was not paying attention. Wesley hit the ball off of Luka from out of bounds and went and slammed that sucker. That's gonna be on SportsCenter tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He hit him with the okie doke, not the rope-a-dope, the okie doke. But continue, Dex.
You. I think you might be right there. I think I was moving a little too fast and had a severe oversight.
No,
I don't think that Gordon could have fit with that team, because they had already gave Boston an ultimatum, right? Terry Rozier gave an ultimatum, and he ended up in Charlotte.
There you go.
Brown and Tatum gave him an ultimatum. Gordon ended up in Charlotte. So yeah, they wasn't gonna. Yeah, Gordon Hayward probably wasn't gonna fit because I don't think Tatum was gonna move over to the power because Tatum can play power, but I don't
But
think Gordon can.
Not consistently. Gordon definitely can't. He's not built for that. See, he can barely play the position he in right now.
Barely play it.
And just remember though, Gordon Hayward did have that horrific injury, so I think they kind of lost confidence in him within that realm also. And kudos to him though, you know. I mean,
Yeah, because he still got a max. He come off
yeah,
a severe injury and getting a max.
yeah,
Wow.
and he's living it out. So kudos to
Shocked the
him.
whole NBA. So why would Gordon even think about going anywhere? That's probably what he told Plumlee. Man, you was a fool. You think I'm trying to leave here? These people gave me $120 million when I was limping.
Right. More than limping. Shit, basically had one leg.
See you, Plumlee. Enjoy yourself.
Well, I mean, kudos to Plumlee too, though. I mean, he has an opportunity. I mean, if the Clippers could put it together, they can make a good run, man. They do have a deep. They got one thing that Phoenix don't have, which is a deep bench. I
And
mean,
the Clippers are sitting in the Goldilocks zone because they're the 4th seed. So they will, if the playoffs was to start today, they will host a playoff series. So
right.
there's no more. I mean, you can't ask for no more to host a first round playoff series, you know, and then let the chips fall where they may. And then look up at, if you go northeast into the city of brotherly love, Jalen McDaniels came from the abyss of hell, and now he's sitting on cloud 9 in Philadelphia. And
Right.
Philadelphia is in a Goldilocks zone.
Yes, they are.
So they both have moved from a desperate situation to a dangerous destination in their respective conference. Just think about that.
I'm with you. I don't know if y'all touched on this one either. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit again. What you think about the Kevin Love Miami Heat situation?
Listen, Kevin Love bring that championship pedigree. He's also a veteran. Kevin Love is quiet. You know, he's quieter than a church house mouse. So he doesn't bring any type of disruption. He's not going to be pushing for extended minutes. And Kevin Love can still hit the three. So they're not asking much from Kevin Love. All they want him to be dedicated and poignant when it comes to his shooting beyond the arc, because that's what Miami has been lacking to a certain extent. I know Matt Strauss kind of do a little something. I know Tyler Hero kind of do a little something, but it's not consistent enough. I think Kevin Love with his shooting percentage will bring that consistency to the Miami Heat when it comes to opening up and stretching that floor as a stretch big.
Yeah, he's definitely going to do that. I think they needed another penetrator, though. But all of that has happened. But, to be honest with you, they make most of those moves, the three-point shooting moves, because of Duncan Robinson. What happened to him?
Yeah, Duncan Robinson, his contract is so inflated that they can't even do nothing with it. So it looks like the Miami Heat going to die with that contract.
Because I would love to know what happened to him. Because Max Strauss took his spot
at a cheaper rate.
Exactly, and they still haven't moved him yet, and that's the whole thing.
You can't. How you going to move that inflate? He's overvalued.
No, I got you. I'm with you. 1,000. Yeah. I am with you.
That's a mistake Pat Riley made, but he can get away with that because he brought championships to the city.
But what do you think happened to Duncan Robinson? Why do you think he fell to the wayside like that?
Because he wasn't him. He had a good season during a contract year, and he suckered everybody. So he went down to Biscayne and robbed the bank.
Say no more. Say no more. if you're gonna put it like that, I'll just run with you on that one because I mean, he came into the league as one of those high volume shooters, man, with a great percentage. I gotta tap into his podcast to see what he says about himself. I'll probably do that tomorrow because I want to see how he feel about himself.
Now, the only person that might take him could be David Griffin. David Griffin might take a chance with him if Brandon Ingram wants out. Because the money is similar.
It's not a good flip.
Yeah, it might not be a good flip, but I'm quite sure Miami got to come off some draft picks as well. And draft assets.
That's not a good flip. I don't think Pat would do that, especially if he got to come off.
Wait. You don't think Pat would get Brandon Ingram in South Beach or Duncan Robinson in some draft assets?
You mean who's giving up the draft assets?
Miami is giving up the draft assets. Yes. To get Brandon Ingram, of course you will.
No. It's a good deal on that end. I just don't see him fitting it with the Pelicans. Like,
he's a 3-point shooter. He stretches the floor for Zion.
Yeah, can you guys hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. What's good, bro?
Oh no,
to you.
Is this Anthony?
Yeah, it's Ant. Yo, what's up, Dax?
Boy, these New York Knicks finna clobber me. You got talent, you got flight. Now, Anthony. Oh, I don't have a chance up here.
No, you good. I'll let you live for today. Now, I just want to thank Flight for having me on. I just wanted to point out Dex on the point he just made a couple seconds ago. Are you trying to insinuate Brandon Ingram leaving the Pelicans?
Yes.
And where are you getting this from? I want to know. Where are you getting this
first of all, I'm getting it from personal observation. Second of all, I'm getting it from a chemistry aspect because Brandon Ingram needs the ball in his hand. Zion Williamson, to be effective, needs the ball in his hand. Now, I know they moved away from point Zion to some extent, but for some reason, I just believe Griffin is itching to get back to that. But Zion just hasn't been healthy enough, so he cannot justify putting the ball in Zion's hands if he can't sustain his health and sustain that much exertion of energy night in and night out. Brandon Ingram looks to me, if he ran his course in New Orleans. Does Gail Benson want to pay for another max contract when Brandon comes up? Or go ahead and flip him now, get you some draft assets, get you a person that can open the floor and give Valanciunas and Zion a better chance at success. So I think flipping Brandon Ingram would be the most auspicious move for the New Orleans Pelicans to move forward and chase.
Dex, there's a foundation in New Orleans. There's a foundation in New Orleans, though. They have a good combination of youth and they have a great combination of veterans. In my opinion, I feel like CJ complements both of the stars pretty good. And it sucks that Zion hasn't been there. Of course, that's obviously the main issue that we're having here. And I'm just saying, if Zion was here, we wouldn't be having this conversation. That's all I gotta say, to be honest.
This is gonna always be a conversation, and just because of this, not because of Brandon Ingram's production or lack of. That has nothing to do with it. It boils down to where Gail wants to put her money. Does she want to put her money in the Pelicans, which they have no shot of winning a championship, or do she want to put her money in the New Orleans Saints, who also at the real time don't have no chance of winning a championship? Now, the Pelicans are closer to doing something, I would say special, because it'll be an unexpected event if they do get into the NBA Finals, leapfrogging Phoenix, leapfrogging Denver, or even to some degree leapfrogging Memphis.
No, I see that. I'm just saying this team was the first seed. Like I don't. Man, it's been more than weeks, but they were the first seed and playing consistently against very good teams, in their stint as a healthy unit. And I feel like from what I got from that, I feel like they actually have something they can build upon. They can build upon. It just
Well,
sucks that they just haven't been healthy.
yeah, that's. I mean, that's every team have that same situation, and
N-
depending on how you maneuver and navigate through that situation, would determine your fate, right? So the Bulls had that same dynamic, right? They had a taste of being first in their prospective conference unsuspectedly.
Mhm.
Now the New Orleans Pelicans is undergoing that same kind of spoilish taste that they think they can be that permanently. And I don't think they can be that permanent. I think there's teams out there that's better than them, even if the New Orleans Pelicans is healthy. Because, and this is why I think that, not because of the talent, because we already know they have genuine talent. I'm talking about Dallas Tunis. I'm talking about Trey Murphy the third. I'm talking about C.J. McCullough. We can't mention the
Herb
baby
Jones.
monstrosity, Herb Jones. You feel me?
Yep.
And Brandon Ingram. But at the same time, I don't know if that. I just think it's too many agendas on the New Orleans Pelicans to be where they need to be with that much talent. You know, Zion have his Jordan Brand thing to worry about. Brandon Ingram thinking about his next contract. C.J. McCullough, you know, his situation. Dallas Tunis situation. It's just so many situations that's coming up too soon, too often. And Gail Benson, I don't know if she wants to spend that much money. That's the key. It's money here. And why would you spend a boatload of money if you ain't bringing in no hardware? That's why. Not because of the talent. That's what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. They got a deep bench and they got top heavy talent with Brandon Ingram, CJ McCullough, Dallas Tunis, and the baby behemoth himself, Zion Williamson. That's extraordinary to be in one location, right? And all those different positions. I just think
Oh
that
no.
Gail, yeah, I
Uh
just
huh.
think Gail is not going to spend that type of money just to relegate herself to disappointment year in and year out because they
What's
won
good,
no.
Anthony? What up?
Oh, what's good, Fly? How have you been, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I can't call. I don't mean to interrupt your question, man. It's an honor to have you on tonight, man.
No, no, thank you. It's no, appreciate you having me on.
Right.
I'm just excited to be on the platform and just talk.
Right, man. You're more than welcome anytime, man. I want to thank you for all the support you do in the chat.
No, appreciate you, bro.
You're welcome.
No, but Ducks. No, I definitely see that. That's understandable. But there's also another team that might have the opposite issue. Actually, I think this team is actually looking better with time, and actually might cause some issues for some other teams later on, and that might be the Lakers. Because I'm watching this Lakers team right now,
Yeah,
and
they cooking.
I'm getting a
Now,
good
listen,
feeling
listen.
out of
Slow
this.
down. Slow down.
I'm getting a good
Flight,
feeling out
don't
of
be a
this.
hater, Flight.
It's
I'm
Don't
getting
be a
a
coming.
hater,
good
It's
Flight. Let him
coming
feeling.
talk.
back.
Let the young man talk.
Slow down.
Flight,
He's
flight,
sounding
flight,
good right now.
flight.
Slow
I get you,
down.
but we don't like LA. I get you, flight. We don't like them. I don't like them either. But I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but
No, it's not you. You're what you're seeing is what you're seeing. This is no cognitive dissonance right here. You're what you are
Okay.
witnessing. You are witnessing a doozy, and this could be.
Give it another 45 minutes.
I,
Oh my God!
Check.
There go
Go
Flight.
go check in.
no,
There
I
go
get
Flight
you.
with his hex.
But Flight,
Don't got
I
his
was in the
hex.
stream. I was in the stream when the whole trade went down, and I was so pissed off because I'm like, no, you did not let this happen. There is no way Adam Silver let this trade happen. You know what? That Timberwolves GM, bro, you should be fired immediately for even thinking of letting that trade go down. Are you kidding me? What was it, like a couple picks for D'Lo, Vanderbilt, and who else was it? Beasley,
Beasley.
and that's it. You telling me the Knicks could have not gone these guys? We could have gave them even more.
Why we talking?
I keep it 1,000 with you, man. I think the commissioner helped them out a little bit.
That's
I think
what I'm
he
saying.
threw the Lakers a little bone, to be honest with you.
That's what I'm saying. He gave LeBron another lifeline. He gave LeBron another lifeline. I'm sorry, Dex, but that's just the truth. I'm just saying that's just the truth.
Listen, I have no beef with what you're saying. I do not have a rebuttal for it, nor do I intend to
rebuttal it.
Be contentious. Yeah, I'm not. Listen, I agree with you. I believe the Lakers being good is good for basketball.
He helped them out, man. He helped them out.
I think it's great for basketball, and it just makes the game even more entertaining. It's just that I'm just like, damn, bro. Again, you help these guys out again. I just wish it was another team. I just wish it was us. Why could have been us?
I'll be honest with you. What the commissioner said, what he said was, we can't do another season without LeBron in the finals. Well, not the finals, in the playoffs.
A deep run in the playoffs. It's a deep run. Yeah, I don't know about finals, but a deep run. They need a deep run. But I'm gonna tell you, if Anthony Davis is healthy, it's finals, baby. I don't care. Ain't nobody stopping it.
Yo, clip it. Yo, like, clip it.
See, you got is realistic expectations, Dex.
Yeah, they will. I mean, not. Listen, hold on. I'm not gonna say finals. I think I overspoke. I meant the Western Conference championship. That's what I meant. They're either gonna play Denver or Phoenix. One of them teams.
No, that's not what Doug said. Hold on, wait a minute.
Not finals, because that's going to be a hard thing to overcome.
It's finals.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard thing to overcome. Okay. Denver and Phoenix beating both of those teams in one season, that's going to be a difficult thing to do.
Okay.
But if they happen to clash, like if Phoenix and Denver happen to clash, and the Lakers can bypass one of those rounds without playing them until they reach the Western Conference, then they have an opportunity to get into the NBA Finals, and that will cap off a season where LeBron James, it's conspiracy talk, so I got my tinfoil hat on, so I just want y'all to recognize this. That will cap off an awesome season with LeBron James breaking the all-time scoring record and playing in the NBA Finals. Who would not want to watch that?
Oh, God.
I wouldn't.
God, please no.
I'll tell you this, though, Dex. I mean, they're going to play a lot of games. You understand? If they don't make it at least up to that 6th or 5th position, bro, that's going to be a lot of games the Lakers play. And, usually at the end of No, I understand what you're saying.
Can y'all make the play-in first? Can y'all make the play-in, please?
No, I think they're
going to make the play-in.
I think they're going to make it.
How many is like 23 games left? Out of 23 games, the Lakers can go. They have to go at least 14-9.
But Dex, let me just get this out.
And that's easy, right? That's just easy. 14-9, the Lakers with that team, that's easy.
Hold on, Dex. But listen, this is the downside to what you guys have to do. Just remember, man, you guys are gonna have to play a lot of games. Usually at that last 2 weeks, that last 3 weeks of the season is usually when you rest your top players. These guys are gonna have to continue playing. You understand? So it's gonna put a lot
from an athlete perspective. That's what you want. I mean, you live for this moment. You live for the moment when people count you out, and you gotta dig in, establish your foxhole, and fight like hell to defend your fortress.
I understand, but I'm talking about
playing a lot of games is something they're not even worried about. Just get there.
I'm talking about the mileage. The mileage that they're gonna have to put on their star players. LeBron is gonna have to play a lot of games. If they
resting LeBron. They already said that. They said they're gonna ease his minutes, decrease his minutes, because he's put out he exerted a lot of output, especially chasing that record. So they got players. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. I get what you're saying. But
you see, look at the players now. Look at the players. Look at the players they got. No, they got a scorer, and they got 2 great defenders.
I understand what they have.
On-ball defenders.
And they're young. These guys are young.
And they're young.
And energetic.
That's all thoroughbreds. And we call them thoroughbreds.
I get everything what you're saying, but is that enough? Because just remember, listen to me. the nucleus of this team is Anthony Davis and LeBron James. You understand? So even if you're gonna have to rest LeBron, you're gonna have to rest AD too. And if you don't have AD in that paint or playing right under that foul line, you understand? A lot of teams are gonna take advantage of that, especially while they're hungry. So they're gonna have to make a decision. They're gonna have to make a choice. Are we gonna rest these players? I mean, lowering minutes ain't nothing, man. You're still playing. You understand? I'm talking about literally there's certain teams that their players are literally not going to play. Joel Embiid, as long as they hold their position, eventually they're gonna sit down for 2-3 games before the playoffs. Plus, you gotta wait to play.
They don't have to worry about Joel Embiid.
No, I'm just using it as an example. But just remember, you got to wait for the play-in situation to be done. So a lot of players are going to be rested just from that alone.
No, you made a good point with Anthony Davis. So I want to touch on that. The other stuff is just kerfuffle. Now, the Anthony Davis situation,
all right,
that is important because the Lakers' future is hinged on Anthony Davis' health going forward. We don't have a replacement for Anthony Davis because Thomas Bryant is not there anymore. That part hurt, but they had to let Thomas Bryant go in order to get young in areas that they need to address, and I'm talking about address it immediately. So Thomas Bryant had to be the sacrificial lamb for them to address that. But Anthony Davis now does not have a solid backup, so therefore Anthony Davis got to play like he weighed.
Right. I mean, and like I said, I'm not a hater. I keep it 1,000, man. So I'm not sleeping on Mo Bamba. I would never sleep on Mo Bamba, bro. I mean, I do think he has help in that format. I mean, he's no Anthony Davis, but I mean, he could be a Thomas Bryant. I mean, if he step his game up to the right level. So I wouldn't say that he doesn't have a backup, but
no, Thomas Bryant, he does everything. Thomas Bryant can stretch the floor. Thomas Bryant can guard the rim. Thomas Bryant can score in the interior or the restricted area. I think Mo Bamba is more one-trick pony, and that's more they need him for that defensive stance. But Thomas Bryant was a three-dimensional player, inside, outside, and guard the rim.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Mo Bamba shoots 40-something% from three, bro.
Yeah, but do we shoot it at a? But if he shoot like that, do we shoot a lot of threes? I don't know, because I watched him play. I don't see him shoot a lot of threes. Well, I think Bol shoot more threes than Mo Bamba.
He's doing what the coach asked. But no, I mean, I'm playing both ends. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes, I am talking out of both sides. Like I'm giving you a negative perspective, and then at the same time, I'm bigging up Mo Bamba because I do got love for Mo Bamba. You understand? But I just know you just got to factor that in, man. The mileage that they're about to put on their team, on their legs, on everything, bro. Like for you to get that deep, if you do plan on getting deep into the playoffs, when you start running into more competition, eventually, man, them rubber legs are gonna kick in, bro. It's gonna kick in.
Well, I mean, we cross that bridge when we get there, but this is the time that you dig in. I'm not going to put the onus solely on LeBron, but I'm heavily putting the onus on AD because he's still young.
I got you. I'm with you. Like I ain't trying to sell them short, not at all. I'm just being realistic. I just do know that playing series, especially if you lose one and then you got to play again. You understand? If you end up in that position, like you're putting out a lot of energy. That's a lot.
Don't lose that one, right? That's what I would tell you. If I was a coach, don't lose that one.
Hey, I'm with you. You understand? But I'm just saying, if they do get into that position, like every game is a game 7. You understand? Yes. And that type of energy is you playing game 7s prior. Like it's only 2 games, but you're playing a game 7 type of energy. And then you got to step into the playoffs. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that it's tough.
LeBron and AD been in this situation before.
Yes, they have.
They've been in a situation when they had to play Golden State. Was it Golden State or Memphis? One of those 2 teams.
Golden State.
In the play-in game, and they beat and they won.
Was that the bubble?
The following year. The following year.
Okay, say no more.
And they won that game, so they've been in that 7-game elimination. You know what I mean? That NCAA tournament style basketball, and they was victorious. So they do have the history. They know what it takes. And it's got to go do it.
Yeah. I got you. I'm with you. I just know that's a lot of energy, man. I just hope they got what it takes. And I'm not even talking about D'Angelo Russell or none of the new guys that they got. I'm just talking about in terms of, I mean, I don't want to say it, I don't want to throw it out there, but the more games you play is more of a chance that you catch one of those INs.
Yeah,
No
because you
matter.
can catch a team with that strike lightning in the bottle and differ your season.
Oh yeah, most
So
definitely.
either you control your own destiny by winning the games you need to win, and don't leave your fate in any other team's hand because now you don't have control.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Anthony, I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. But you know, Anthony, I'm not gonna say it direct, but Anthony Davis is one of those iffy players, man. He need to play the least amount of games as possible, man. I'm just trying to tell you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, like I say, I'm not going to give you no rebuttal. I'm not going to attempt to deconstruct what you just said because I agree with you.
Yeah, he need to play the least amount of games as possible. But at the same time, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's luck got to play into the situation also. So, like you said, lightning in a bottle. If they strike it the correct way, everything happen fall into for them the right way. But when you playing teams that are hungry, bro, whew, oh man, especially in that NCAA type of tournament, when you playing teams that are hungry, Dex, man, oh man,
So that's why I'm saying that Lakers should not. They know this. They're a veteran laden team. So don't put yourself in that situation. Win
I I
and win
agree,
often.
I
I
mean,
agree.
with that nucleus, anything is possible with that nucleus. No matter the circumstance. It doesn't play in playoffs, regular season game, anything.
I
It's
agree with
just
you.
what does the other pieces around them, what would they be able to do in these types of situations? And I trust Jerry Vanderbilt. I trust Malik Beasley. Who I don't trust is, and I'm a bit iffy about. I'm a bit iffy on Russell. No,
What?
I'm not. I don't know.
If you're on Russell out of all players,
Yeah,
you
just because when I look at Malik Beasley, plug-in player. When I look at Vanderbilt, plug-in
bro.
player. When I look at D'Angelo Russell, I look at a system-oriented player, and
Mm-mm.
that doesn't usually tend to go well with
I just
LeBron or AD.
let me rebuttal that a little bit. I think out of all the players that they got, D'Angelo Russell is the most consistent one that they have. And the reason why he's so important is because he literally plays the point guard position. So he's able to let LeBron take a little bit of a break, and he actually knows how to feed the ball. Just remember this. Just remember what he did with the Nets. I mean, a lot of people forget that player, but the Nets they were trending up until they decided to make that trade and go get KD and all of that. They blew it up. But that was a hell of a Nets team. You
Oh no, for
understand?
sure. No, for
I don't know
sure.
about hell of a.
Now they
No,
were,
but
There was
bro.
some there was some
They were,
overachievers.
bro. They were coming. They were coming.
they were
I
building.
don't know about
They have
that.
They,
foundations. They
they
have
was
foundations.
today's
Yeah,
Sacramento.
but you know,
What Sacramento's doing right now is
I
what
don't
the
think there
Nets
was.
were.
I don't think there was championship contenders.
Oh
No,
no,
I'm not
no,
saying they were
no.
going for a chip. No, I said they were trending up. I ain't saying they was trending for a chip, but they were elevating. But the point is that
Yeah,
D'Angelo
there was a
Russell,
young team.
but D'Angelo Russell played a major factor in that. Is what I'm
He
trying to
was an
say.
all
So
star that year. Don't forget.
that's my. You're making my point even more. So the point that I'm trying to make is that look who he's with now. He's with LeBron James, and he's with Anthony Davis and more. And then on top of that, he's back in LA where he wanted to be from jump. You
Wait,
understand?
wait,
So
We
go
better
ahead.
act like it.
wait, Talon. This is you, right? Talon.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yes,
because
sir.
sometimes I confuse you and Rico at times because y'all sound the same at times, and I just get a bit confused. What? No, I
I
get
don't
that.
I don't got that Rico laugh though.
Nah, you
Salute to
don't.
you, Rico. If you in the chat, I'm playing with you, dog. Go ahead, bro.
No, I get that, but I want to rebuttal by saying when I mean by I'm worried about D'Lo, I'm saying that when I look at Jared Vanderbilt, what he gives me energy and defense. That's how he's been his whole career.
Hmm.
Whether it been with the Timberwolves and even before, I believe he was with Denver, I think. But besides that, he gives you energy and defense. He doesn't have to do the fancy stuff. He doesn't have to ball handle, pass the ball. No, just get me in my spots, get him in the dunker spot, and he's good.
Hmm.
Malik Beasley, spot up. Just spot up and shoot. Don't do anything else. Don't try to do anything crazy. D'Lo, on the other hand, you have to worry. You have to worry about him as a playmaker. Sure, he can go off of LeBron, but at the same time, what I saw last year in the playoffs really concerned me when he faced against the Memphis Grizzlies, in which he straight up disappeared, absolutely disappeared. Bad shot after bad shot, bad possession after bad possession, and that was worrying. And it actually altered the games in Game 5 and in Game 6 as well of last year's series against the Memphis Grizzlies, and I was really concerned.
Well, to defend him a little bit, he was going through a transition period because just remember Anthony Edwards was now part of the team, and I think that's part of the reason why he's no longer there. That's why they actually decided to get rid of him.
Hmm.
So with that being said, there was a transition period for D'Angelo at that point in time because what it is, I mean, with Edwards coming in, he's now basically I mean, I don't want to say he's the face of the team because you still got Cat there, but when it
Hmm.
comes to that back, when it came to the backcourt, they wanted to feed Edwards a little bit more. And if you and I watched the games, and if what I got from the games that I was seeing is like there's a little bit of contentiousness right there. I seen that like D'Lo wasn't in the mindset that he just felt like he just had to just release the ball to this dude because in D'Lo's mind, it's like, yo, I've been doing this for years. So I kind of seen that. That's just my opinion from a fan perspective, standing out here looking in. You understand? So I think that's probably why you got that type of D'Lo, and that's why I say like you didn't have the D'Lo that you had at the beginning of the season, and you didn't have that D'Lo that you had with the Nets. For some reason, I just think that the contentiousness overlapped at that point in time in the playoffs. That's just my opinion. So I think that's why you got that from him. But he's a solid player, bro. I mean, and more importantly, the thing that he's doing for the Lakers right now is that LeBron don't have to make all the plays. You understand? He's a better Russell Westbrook, meaning that everything that Russell Westbrook was supposed to do for the Lakers is what D'Lo is doing for the Lakers. Meaning that you got a person that could play off the ball, which Russ can't do. You got a player that can spot up and shoot, which Russ can't do. And then at the same time, he can still do what Russ does because he will get to the paint. If the paint is open, he's going to get there. So right about now, I think that's the most important person that they acquired, to be honest with you, out of everybody else. I mean, granted, they got some shooters and they got it. But just remember, D'Lo's a shooter too. You understand? So they kind of got a full package with him to add with everything else that they got. That's just my opinion, though.
Oh no, no, I see that for I see your points. It's just that I don't know. It just scares me because he's not the best playmaker. I get it. At times he can be a good playmaker, and defensively he's just a liability on defense. It's
Mm,
it's it's
let me
not translatable,
let me
especially in the playoffs.
let me
Oh
combat that
God,
just a little bit.
oh
Now,
God,
just
in the
remember,
playoffs. Oh
he's
God.
not a liability on defense, in my opinion. And the reason why I say that is this. See, you got Anthony Davis back there. You got Mo Bamba back there. You understand? So he's the first contact of the defense. He's up front. But one thing he has that Russell didn't have is that he has height and he has length. You understand? So he might not be able to stay on the ball, but he can still disrupt the play. You understand? With his height and his length, you got to make a different decision because once a player is a little bit taller, you kind of got to, gauge how you're going to attack that player. You understand? And with that being said, when you have that type of length out there at the 3-point line, you're giving your paint players like Anthony Davis and Mobamba and LeBron on the wing, you're giving them more of an opportunity or just a little bit more time to basically combat whatever offense you're coming with. So I won't necessarily call him a liability. I mean, personally, I think you just, and this is just me talking. I just think you're a little bit biased against that man.
Oh, I'm biased.
No, I'm
Nah,
just saying what I think. You have
nah.
you can rebuttal. You have the opportunity to rebuttal. You can
No,
knock me back, bro.
no, you good. The film speaks for itself. I just look at the film and I'm just like, nah. I don't see it. I look at that guy. I don't see that guy. I just don't see like no. Like I just wish like when especially it just all starts with last year because last year when you have Jordan McLaughlin outplaying you, I'm like, bro, D'Lo, wrap it up, bro. You got McLaughlin outplaying what? I can't even say his name right. I can't
Nah,
even see
you
the.
good.
I can't
I
even
have
see the.
those moments too. Don't worry
Nah,
about it.
bro. In the playoffs too, bro. In the playoffs, there is no way you letting this man outplay you in the playoffs. and he got them a couple wins as well. I'm just saying with D'Lo. Well, speaking of D'Lo, he just got injured early on in the game, so that sucks.
When
Hope
today?
yeah, just now actually, yeah, in the game.
Are you
Oh
serious?
yeah, bro. I hope he gets better, bro. Damn, bro. Sorry, Dex, if you're still out there. Yo.
Yeah, I hear you.
Nah, bro. He's out. Yeah, he's out for the rest of the game. Damn.
Well, you
Nah,
got shooter. Don't worry about it. Keep going. Shoot, man. Keep cooking.
nah, man. It's just that I don't see it. I just don't see that guy. But there's an interesting point that I saw in the chat earlier on. I think it was Slave Rescue Hound. He said that they can let D'Lo and Beasley walk this offseason, and that can free up some cap space for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, a lot of people been saying that. I mean, that's the off season is gonna be incredible. If you thought halftime this year was crazy or that trade deadline was crazy, bro, wait till the off season, man. You're gonna have a ball, man. If you're a YouTuber, you got content forever, all summer, man. So we'll see what happens, man. I mean, everything is dictated based on what happens at the through the playoffs. So basically, it's based on who wins, who loses, what your performance was. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna get judged, and these GMs and these owners are gonna start doing what they got to do. So I can't really touch on that one too heavy at the moment, but anything can happen.
Oh no, for sure. I'm just saying if that's the case, then New York better be eating, bro. We gotta get someone, bro.
You,
We need more depth in this team.
you
I
said
love
New
what we
York?
building right now. Yeah, the Knicks. We building
Okay.
something right now, but we need more. We need more. I don't care who it is. We need a star in this team.
Well, the Knicks are overachieving, in my opinion.
I see that.
Yeah, they're overachieving. But sometimes that's what you got to do in order to acquire a star.
Exactly.
But you got to keep it 1,000. I mean, let's be for real. A star is not really what a star used to be in the league nowadays. I mean, there's a limited amount of stars. Like, there's so many young players in the league right now. Like, they're all starting to make a name for themselves. Like, most of the stars that you're seeing, they're in their prime or they headed out of the league. The actual stars. You understand? I mean, granted, you got Luca and things of that nature. They're still young, but
Mhm.
we're in a position where they got to start making a name for themselves. So there's gonna be a whole bunch of new stars supposed to be coming in, like making names for themselves. Not that they're coming in; they're already in the league. They're somewhere. Either they're starting or they're on the bench, but they just got to make that name for themselves. You
Who
understand?
who knows? Maybe some of them are in the G League. They're out there somewhere.
Shit, I could name one of them for you.
But you got a name? Tell me.
Yeah, Jello.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
if you ain't know that's what I was gonna say, I don't know what to tell you.
Nah,
You
that
know what I'm
makes
saying?
sense. That makes sense.
That shit, they got
Nah,
one out
shout
there
out
right
to
now.
Jello, bro. Shout out to Jello, bro.
Yeah, I just hope his opportunity comes this summer. I just hope somebody makes a move for this dude, man.
I
Like, give
hope
that
so.
dude an opportunity. I ain't gonna make it a Jello conversation, but
Nah,
the
you
off
good?
season is gonna be incredible. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's probably gonna be one of the best in years. To be honest with you,
Oh, for sure.
it's probably gonna be one of the best in years because the Lakers are gonna have to retool because everybody that they have right now is not necessarily gonna stay. Um, and then you got other teams out there. Plus, you got the rookies who are coming in. You got the Webinyana sweepstakes going on right now. So, based on who gets him, I think once he gets drafted, everybody's gonna start putting things in place. Once they see what team he's going to, then that's when everybody's gonna start, making moves and things of that nature, or planning for their moves.
Oh no,
Because
no, yeah, for sure.
because
Is
right now I think he the hottest thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
now you good? No, no, no. I interrupted you. Keep going.
Nah, Cook, I'm done.
Oh no, for sure. I feel like the biggest factor is definitely Victor, and as well as the guys outside of his draft class because I've actually done a bit of research on his draft class for the past couple years and it's projected to be one of the best draft classes since the past 20 years, to be honest. No, literally the past 20 years.
Mm.
It's been projected to be the best class since LeBron's draft class. And when I look further deep into these guys, pause. Yo,
Nah, you
pause.
good.
um it's actually fascinating in seeing the actual talent and overgrowth of talent within the college circuit, the AAU circuit, the overtime, all these different institutions all around the country, and I'm just extremely excited to see who's going where and what's
Yeah,
gonna happen.
it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be interesting. I agree. I mean, going back to the Knicks, I mean, you're going to keep your fingers crossed, man.
Oh no, for sure.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't. I see them as overachieving right about now. What they're able to do next year, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, the question you have to ask yourself is if they make no changes, for example, which I think they will, but if they make no changes, could they come back with that same roster and duplicate what they just did this year or exceed it? That's going to be the question for the Knicks. Understand? Because, like I said, they are overachieving right now. Maybe it's because the West is just weak. Maybe it's because they're actually strong. I mean, me personally, I can't put my finger on it because I didn't expect this out of the Knicks this year, to be honest with you. So
You,
they
I
got
can help
me.
you with that. No,
Talk to
I
me.
can help. No, I'm every time I talk about this team, I get excited. I just get extremely excited every time I just watch them. Just even
Hmm.
watching them is just it's just amazing how far we've come through as a franchise. To be honest, no, but yeah, it's been a combination of everything. Particularly me, I think we're overachieving. Uh,
Hmm.
but it's not gonna stop me from supporting my team, obviously.
Well, salute to you, man. That's the difference between you and a guy named Toxic T. But keep on cooking, bro.
Nah, shout out to Marquez, bro. I know at times I can't blame him for what he did, but damn man, he just has to leave us like that, bro. Damn man. Oh well.
Yeah, but what you could you give me some
Oh,
info on that?
insight.
Yeah, and you give me a little insight on that. What you think if they come back with that same roster that they have? Right? What if they're not able to acquire an actual all star? I'm gonna say because they do have a star here and there on the team, but if they're not able to acquire a major all star, do you
But
think
what
they
what?
could?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. What are you gonna
I
say?
was gonna say, do you think that they could come back with that same? I'm sorry about that, guys.
You
Do you
good?
think they could come back with that same roster and duplicate what it is that they're doing this year?
But
Because
what?
that will make me a
Uh huh.
believer. If they're
What?
able to come next year and do what they're doing this year, then I'm a believer. Right about now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just think they're overachieving.
And that makes sense. I believe with you. I'm same thoughts. But on the other hand, what if I tell you we do have an all star? Matter of fact, what if I tell
Well,
you we got two all stars in our team right now?
you're talking about Brunson and what's my other guy name? I forgot,
Randall,
man.
Randall.
And
Julius
Rand
Randle.
and
Julius
Julius Randle.
Randle. Yep.
Um, you see, I haven't watched a lot of. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, bro. Knicks has been depressing me for years, and I'm a Knicks fan, and I actually held back from watching them. So I haven't watched them too much this year. I caught them on Sports Center, things of that nature. I see Jalen Brunson cooking, I see the handle, I see everything, but they still haven't baited me to get back into them as much as I'm thinking that I probably will next year if they're able to duplicate what they're doing. So they got the rest of the season, the playoffs, and half of next year to bring me back.
And that's completely understandable. I am with you 100% on that. But I love watching this team play, so I actually torture myself into actually putting myself into these types of situations in which
Okay,
I can inform you people
talk to me.
about the current team. So when it comes to Jalen Brunson, he pretty much is the flower that blossoms within the whole entire franchise. You got this guy coming in. Once we got the info of Rick Brunson, his father, being a coaching staff, we knew right away, boom, Jalen was gonna come in.
Okay.
And when I tell you Jalen comes in, cash money, bro. Whether it be a three level score, he can drive, he can pass, he can shoot from the mid range, from the 3 point shot, from inside, whatever you want, and he's doing it consistently. Well, in the beginning, he was getting a groove a bit, but from January 1st on to now, giving you averages of 28 points per game, at times 8 rebounds per game, and even
Mm,
6 to 8 assists on a consistent basis. And this is not against no regular schmoes or some regular teams. I don't know, like the Pistons or the bottom dwellers. No, these are
mm-hmm.
actually against very good teams. These are against the Bucks, the Clippers, Memphis, and all those teams that I just named you. We actually been extremely competitive in which we lost by a single free throw or horrible possession late in the right in the last couple seconds of the game. and I can account you about 10 to 12 games that we lost in those types of circumstances in which we lost in that fashion, including that horrible Lakers game. Dear God, the fact that we even lost that game is a travesty to begin with because we were smoking that team, and even with the Mavericks as well. That game was horrible to watch. But well, when you look in New York, there's a foundation there. There's a foundation within the point guard because we never had a point guard. We had Alfred Payton playing point guard in the pandemic. Are you
Well, that's what New York is about. New York
Alfred
ain't nothing.
Payton? Alfred Payton.
New York ain't nothing without a point guard. Let me ask you this question though, and this might be a painful question, man, but I want to hear it from a fan because I mean, the way you broke it down was elegantly, man. I love it, man.
Appreciate that.
You pulling me in, bro. But let me ask you this major question right here, man. If you had to give up, I want to ask it the right way, man. Would you, in order to upgrade your team, if the price was Randall, would you do it?
It depends what we're getting in exchange.
Okay. All right.
Because if you would have asked me RJ, I would have said in a heartbeat. But we're talking about Randall though. This is the thing with Randall. He's been extremely consistent with his play.
Okay.
Straight up consistent. And when you have that type of cohesion, you don't want to get rid of the guy that's been consistently getting you into these types of positions. You want to be looking at the guy who may have the higher upside and be giving you those types of performances, aka RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, or Quentin Grimes. Those are the guys that you look at to actually upgrade. Those are the guys that you look at and be like, I'm sorry, guys, this is a business, but we got to trade for this guy. Those are the guys that are going to get you your Zach LaVines, your LaMelo Balls, your Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's cooking. Keep going, bro.
These are the guys, not the Randalls, not the Brunsons, because the Randalls and the Brunsons are the ones getting you in these positions. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So if you're gonna get rid of Randall, that's basically giving away one of your arms.
Okay.
And you don't want to get rid of the arm. You know, the arm is extremely useful. You use it to handle stuff. You handle stuff with it. You need to work with it every single day in your life, and by giving an important part of your body like that, it's just not good for business.
So basically, you would say Brunson is one of your bookmarks, and Randall will be your other bookmark. So basically, that's the nucleus of the team.
That's
and
what
everything else is expendable.
Everything else is expendable. And I know New Yorkers don't like to hear that because we love Grimes because he's light skinned and he has an amazing smile and he looks amazing. No, if the price is there to get me LaMelo Ball, I'm sorry, Quentin. I'm sorry, Quickly. Goodbye. I'm sorry.
Oh, did you just say LaMelo Ball, sir?
LaMelo Ball. I'm telling you, dream big. We got to dream big here. When the doors are open, you go for LaMelo. I don't care what you do. LaMelo is that guy.
So you think a Brunson-Melo backcourt will work for you?
Oh my gosh, will it work? We're looking at conference finals. We're looking at everything, bro. We got. I'm telling you, when we have foundations, we have foundations. There's a foundation in this team, and I didn't mention Josh Hart in this whole entire conversation.
That's definitely a big acquisition. But go ahead, keep cooking, my boy.
Josh Hart has ignited us into helping us into this recent run of games that we just had, as we've been 3-0 with him after the trade for him. As he provides you defense, rebounding, which we've been missing a lot of, especially with the departure of Mitchell Robinson with his injury, and the shooting, like I just said, shooting and defense, and rebounding.
All right, I mean, I like your breakdown. Now, let me just ask you this, because your top teams, how do you think your Knicks fares? How do they fare against teams like the Bucks, Celtics, 76ers? Because right about now, I mean, you know, those, until they get the dough, that like those teams level, you understand, and they put themselves within that 1-5 spot, which mind you, they're 6 right now, and the only thing ahead of them is the Nets. But what do you think they'll have to do, or do you think they have it already? You understand? You let me know. But what would they have to do in order to start competing with the top 2, the top 3 teams? Or do you feel like they're already in that position? Or are they a player away, 2 players away, or do you feel like they're already there?
Oh, that's a very good question. It's actually funny because I've actually had a convo with a good friend of mine. It's just literally just about these types of topics earlier, just a couple minutes ago, and in terms of what we really need, I think what the team is truly missing the most is
Hmm.
a high volume score. I think we need a like a bucket getter next to Brunson because Brunson he's a bucket getter, but I don't like utilizing Brunson to the point that we're literally killing him in these last minutes
Mm.
of these last couple games because it's gonna hurt us in the playoffs. It really is, and it's gonna look ugly. And that's one thing. I may be a Knicks fan, but I'm realistic when it comes to this type of stuff. I've seen it. I've been scarred before,
And could I be honest with you?
uh huh.
And everything that you just said is the reason why I say they're overachieving. That's the reason why I personally feel like they're overachieving, because I do feel like they need another scorer. You understand? To be in that backcourt or to be on that wing.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And that's why I think they're overachieving. I'm not saying what they're doing is fake, because they're going out there and they're winning their games themselves. So they earning their victories.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think it's a little far fetched. I think it's I don't know if it's coaching, whatever it may be. You understand? Because like I said, I haven't been following them all season, so I can't really, pinpoint what it is, because they got to give me till the middle of next year to really sit there and say, all right, I believe what's going on over there, because you're not fooling me again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I do feel that's the reason why they're overachieving, and I do think they do need to make another move. They need something a little bit stronger, because Jalen Brunson, he cannot keep up that pace for years. You understand? Especially if you're going to be making it into the playoffs. It's a lot of mileage, bro, and mileage counts. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was trying to explain to Dex earlier. Sometimes, like, you may have the workhorse, the ability to be a workhorse, but sometimes it's gonna kick in, bro. It's gonna kick in at the most inopportune time, and then you're gonna sit there and think that player is selling out. But you gotta sit there and look at what that player been doing all season. After a while, it kicks in, man. You start running out of threads on the tires. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Oh no, 100%. Do you mind me asking? Did you feel this? Did you feel like something was changing in New York during the pandemic year?
During the pandemic year?
Yeah, during the year where we were the fourth seed. Did you feel like there was something like special going on?
Nah. Did you?
No, not really, because we were so heavily reliant on Julius Randle's play.
Right. I mean, not that he got help, you understand, but I think it's all right. I'll put it like this. I think that the Knicks are missing one more good piece. You understand? Do I think it's a fellow backcourt person? No, I think they need something out on the wing. You understand? And hopefully a combo, a person that plays defense and gets it in on offense. Now, whether or not they could get that within the draft, which is where I think most likely is going to come from.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because I mean, granted, they're doing what they're doing right now, but I don't think it's enough to sit there and sparkle the eyes of a star to say that they're coming over there. Unless, I mean, you did say Zach LaVine. Um, would they be able to acquire Zach LaVine? I mean, anything is possible. I don't want to put it out there, but they need a player like that. To be honest with you, they need a wing player. The only thing is with Zach LaVine, he's not that much of a defensive force, and I think what they need is a combo, small forward combo that plays defense and is able to get buckets, bro. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to say KD, you understand, but they need a player that could give it to them like that. Like, he could hit shots, but more importantly, he could take it to the bucket, and he can make things a little bit easier for both Brunson and Randall.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? And that'll open up my eyes a little bit more, to be honest with you. Because Randall, he's strong in the paint. You
Oh no,
understand?
yeah, for sure.
He's
No,
strong in the paint. He's definitely strong in the paint. So you gotta force down there. He is a force down there. So you can't really sleep on Randall in the paint. But they need somebody that pays. They need somebody to take attention away from the two of them, because just the two of them is it's not good enough to me. Just to be honest with you, for
oh
you to
no, for
start
sure.
for you to
Mm-hmm.
start competing with the Celtics and the Bucks and the 76ers, that's the next level up. But granted, look, listen, it's only 1 year, so that's why I'm not jumping into it yet. If they're able to hold on to a 6 seed, 5th seed next year, then I'll say they taking steps up. And by that next year, who knows what happens within a draft situation or a trade situation. So I'm with you. They're making steps up, so I can't knock them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, definitely for sure. I just feel like it's just that I feel something a bit more different just this year alone, just because of how they're playing defensively as well. It's not more like a man to man. It's more of a unit. Like you see a good unit playing out there defensively, especially
Well,
with Mitchell Robinson.
mm-hmm.
It's definitely it's amazing to watch.
Well, it's Tom Thibodeau. The Knicks, ever since Tom Thibodeau been there, the Knicks have always been a good defensive team. That's one thing. Even in their terrible years with Tom Thibodeau there, that you can never question the defense. You
Hmm.
understand? That's why they surprising me this year with the offense that they're able to put out. You understand? So I think, I mean, I'm with you, bro. I just think they're one piece away. I think, me personally, I prefer it to be a wing player. You understand? Because I mean, I think Jalen Brunson can handle the backcourt, and they can find somebody to go out there on the opposite side of Jalen Brunson to handle the situation. But they need a wing player that's able to acquire attention. You understand? So Zach Levine is cool. I mean, that's a great name that you brought up. You understand? But a player like that would be awesome. Like I could see him on the team. I mean, he is a defensive liability, but you never know. Once you get with Thibodeau could probably change that. You understand what I'm trying to say? And like what you just said, they play defense collectively. So hopefully, they can mask his situation where I'm saying he's a little bit of a liability on defense, and collectively together they could turn him into a decent defensive player. What do you think about the Zach Levine situation? Do you think possibly they could probably get him?
This I was very optimistic before the trade deadline. Actually, no, I wasn't because I don't really trust this front office. I'm sorry to break that to people as well if they're
Which one?
actually
The
the Knicks
Bulls or
front
the?
office.
Oh,
Knicks.
okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I was trying to pull you in, Talon, but there's also a realistic side when it comes to this type of stuff, man.
Nah, I respect it. I love it, man. That's
And
what I
and
like to hear.
and when you got this franchise, they're not
Oh
known
my
for
God.
having the best front offices in these past couple decades. Yes, it's been that long, decades. So when it comes to Leon Rose, World Wide West, I call him World Wide Waste because I can't be bothered when I hear this guy talk. More
Mhm.
like the lack of communication he has with the New York fan base. Sickening, actually. Um, yeah, they talk about how we're gonna get this guy, we're gonna get that guy. All you got me was Obi Toppin. I'm sorry, with all due respect, no. What are we doing here? And I used to like Obi, but I don't know. Actually, no, I wasn't a big fan. I wanted the office out after we drafted Obi because Tyrese Halliburton was right there. But that's a different issue. That's a completely different. That's a different subject right there.
That's cool. I mean,
Um.
who do you
Mhm.
give the credit to though to their success right now? That's all. That's a beautiful question. Who-
Well,
Do you
why I
give the
don't like
front
the
office some credit? Do you give it all to Thibodeau? Is it a mix? Is it 50% here, 30% there, 20% there? Like,
it's. Mhm. Mhm.
nah, you let me know. Who you giving the credit to for the success that they're having this season? Is it
Well,
all Jalen Brunson? I don't know. Like,
hmm
you tell me.
while I did say I didn't like The Office, what The Office does have, they have connects, right? So they have their connections. So they have connections to the Kentucky Wildcats, and they also have connections with Villanova, which that's actually a beautiful connection to have, especially with any NBA franchise. So
Hmm.
so we get a lot of Villanova guys, we get a lot of Kentucky guys. Hence, quickly, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson,
Mm,
and many other guys that we had before, like Lawrence Lowell and Julius Randle.
okay.
So that plays a big part into that, which I'll give the front office credit for actually acquiring Jalen Brunson because that was on them. I'll give them that. That was on them. But I'll give as well on the players because look at Julius, a model of consistency. Last year, the less said the better. But the fact that he bounced into the player that he is again, like he was in the pandemic year in All Star, it's impressive. It's definitely it's amazing because the guy never gets injured. Knock on wood. Um, he's also like Brunson, another 3 level scorer, and he can pretty much do a lot on the court. and he's a good presence in the locker room right now. It's on the players, it's on the coach, definitely on the coach. I like Tibbs, although I'm not the biggest fan of him at times, but he's a solid coach to have. So I'm definitely it's a combination of all three. It
All
goes
right.
all the way.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'll accept it. Just forgive me 1 second, man. Let me just give a quick update on that Mavs Spurs game. Uh, Mavs won, obviously, 142, 116. All right. Top scorer was Luka Doncic with 28 points, Kyrie Irving with 23, Tim Hardaway Jr. with 22. Nobody had a double double in this game, but basically, ladies and gentlemen, the Spurs got smacked. Keldon Johnson led the Spurs. Actually, fallback. Actually, is Malachi Branham that led all scores with 23 points. Coming in second is Keldon Johnson. But at the end of the day, Mavericks with the W, 142, 116. Yeah, bro.
Oh no, are you good? No, but that's pretty much like my whole summary of what's going on in New York. It's actually pretty encouraging. I like what's going on. It's funny because when I talk to folks within the city, right? When stuff like this happens, which is pretty much once in a blue moon in terms of our franchise being this good,
Mm-hmm.
they tend to talk about playoffs. Oh, finals run. Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. And it's amazing because once we're contender, like once the teams are contenders, and I just can't imagine how the whole fan base will be by then. I just hope it gets to a point like that. It'll be very very annoying to the rest of the NBA fan bases, but I just feel like it's been way long overdue since this franchise has had a championship. Way long overdue.
Well, I agree with you 1000%. If I'm not mistaken, the last time they won a championship, Phil Jackson was coming off the bench.
Yup.
so, so with that being said, yeah, it's been a long time and in counting. Um, in my opinion, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. The Knicks tend to break my heart a lot, and I'm not gonna allow them to do that too much.
Understandable.
But it's step by step. They're making movements forward, and hopefully everything works out. I mean, right now, I like me personally, you know what I'm saying, I can't be like the typical Knicks fan and just go crazy over what they're doing right now because like I said, I think they're overachieving. I think that the Eastern Conference is a little bit softer than it used to be
Hmm.
uh years prior, and it's even softer now with KD being out to the West, with Kyrie Irving being out to the West. So it's I mean, if it ain't the Celtics and Bucks, I mean, and 76ers, anything after that is wide open, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it 100 with you. Like your top three, with KD leaving, with Kyrie leaving, now you drop the Nets are not the top echelon anymore. The Celtics are basically the top echelon. You got the Bucks right there in number two. You got the 76ers who've been holding down that three spot for about years right now. You got the Cavaliers who just stepped up and they holding down the fourth spot. And then anything after that is like a wide open slate. Like anybody could do anything. You understand? So with that being said, if you compare that to the Western Conference, I mean, if you look at the number 13 team, which is the Lakers, they're literally only 3 games out from being six.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm trying to say? They're 13 and they're 3 games out from being in the sixth position.
That's wild. That's crazy.
You understand what I'm trying to say? So the competitiveness out there in the East compared to the West is not all that. If you take the Knicks and inserted them into the West right about now, I don't think they're that strong at all. You
No,
understand?
actually, we will be the. Let me see. I actually have it right here. We will be the fourth seed.
Uh, Let me see something here.
I'm so dead eyes right now. We'll actually be better in the West. But no, I get that
No,
though
you
because
stumped me. Nah, the dog. I love it, man. I'll
no,
be honest with you. Like you really
you.
just stumped me. I just looked at it myself, and hey, man. Look,
I'm telling
man.
you, bro. We've been competitive against these elite teams. That's one thing I didn't mention. There's
Nah, you
one thing
did. You definitely did.
I
You
did,
did
right?
mention it. Yeah, you mentioned it.
Oh
But
yeah, I'm telling you,
you just
every
stumped
single
the hell
big
out of
game.
me.
Every big game, we've always been there.
But let's think
Always.
about it though. Listen to me, nah. But
Oh, don't get fooled though. Don't get fooled.
no, I'm gonna rebuttal that. I got a way to rebuttal that because you got to understand they're not playing Western Conference teams 4 times a year, 3 times a year. You understand? They're playing the Eastern Conference teams 3 times and 4 times a year. So with that being said, I don't think the numbers may add up to put them in that position, but if they were playing the actual competition of the West, I don't think they would be in that position. That's the best way I can rebuttal that. You understand? So because of the Eastern Conference teams that they're playing against, the numbers may add up if you flip them. But I just don't think if they were playing the Mavs, Suns, Clippers, Kings, Grizzlies, Nuggets 3 times to 4 times a year, just my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't want to shut down what you came with. I'm not shutting it down. You understand? I give it a lot of credit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you already know. You know, you play your conference teams either 3 to 4 times 4 times a year. Most of the time you play a Western Conference team, you're just gonna play them twice.
No, it's funny because we tend to get smoked by the best teams in the West, so I understand that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you're kind of proving my point is why I'm saying that, you know, the competition is a little bit different because when you're 13 and you're only 3 games out of being in a 6th spot, I mean,
hold on, Ted. We got a guy in here named Michael. What's good?
No
What's
doubt,
good, bro?
What's good? This your first time on the channel?
Is he talking?
Well, I thought he said something right now.
Nah, I think that was just me because I said was good.
Yo, salute to the captain, man. Salute the flight. Definitely.
We good. You good. I just monitor the situation when I want to kick him out.
Now you good, bro. Now you good.
Nah, you straight. Definitely salute the flight, though. Captain of the flight. You already know. Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody listening.
Yeah, man. It's a crazy night of basketball, man.
Yeah.
Oh, no, for sure. No.
What games y'all monitoring?
All right. Right now, I'm overlooking that LA Golden State Warriors game. Golden State is down. Scores 89-76. Lakers looking like they're trying to take them out. It's the third quarter, 2:32 left in the third. Malik Beasley has 19 points, ladies and gentlemen. So he's showing out tonight.
Hey, just like I called. I was actually monitoring the OKC game in which they lost the heartbreaking overtime loss to the Utah Jazz. I'm hurt a bit. I wanted OKC to win that game. I'm hurt. Not gonna lie.
Well, you see, that's the beauty of it right now, though, because you see how it's going down, bro. I mean, I don't know, bro. I am loving this, man. Because you see, when you got teams like that, they're going at it, and they just merely games to have a full game to half a game from each other. Like every game counts, and based on how these teams do, and you know, in replication to what the or mirroring what the Lakers are doing, man, listen, it's gonna be an exciting next 4 to 5 weeks, bro.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be. Oh man, you talk about a rat race.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? Just open up the gate and let them flow. I mean, we got KD coming back next Wednesday against the Charlotte Hornets, so that's when the race really starts too. Once he gets back in there, and then on top of that, now I don't like to touch on this basis too much, but then, like I said, it's mileage, and you got to see who's gonna end up going down. You know, bodies are gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? You just got to keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Bodies will fall. Certain people gonna nick an elbow. Certain people gonna nick a knee, nick a finger. You know what I'm saying? And all that plays into this rat race what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So there's gonna be some fun basketball for the next 3 to 4 weeks, man.
I'll say more of a bloodbath. It's gonna get ugly. I'm telling you, it's gonna get really ugly.
Yeah, in the bottom, yeah, definitely.
Oh no, in general, the whole entire West. Like,
yeah, man, it's gonna get crazy in the bottom. Definitely in the bottom.
Yeah, so we got this guy back in the chat. He came back. Michael, you there? That might be him making all this noise in the background.
Yeah, that might be him. That wasn't me.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't me.
No, I'm about to kick him out. But we know you got a lot of funny business going on. You know, it's a lot of clowns.
Yeah, you gotta keep your eyes on them. I agree.
With the trolls, you gotta be careful with those.
Or you could just have a bad mic trying to get it together. You never know, but we'll
Yeah,
figure it out.
either that.
We'll have to communicate through the private chat. I didn't know it's a real person.
But
I mean, I had asked Dex and salute to Dex. What you think about the Clippers acquisition?
oh, you asking
Oh,
me?
yeah, of Russell Westbrook.
Oh, I got them winning the championship. I'm going
Ooh,
out the window.
Yeah, that's
out
what
the window.
I'm been
you
out the
got
window.
everything.
I'm jumping out the building. What?
Nah, bro,
Yeah,
you just jumped off the plane without a parachute.
Literally. I,
yeah.
and I and I had these dudes winning before the season started, and I'm gonna stick with that. When I look
Oh,
at the Clippers, I look at defense, I look
mm-hmm,
at depth, I look at
mm-hmm,
shooting, and
mm-hmm.
I look at
Coaching.
coaching. I didn't mention coaching, and a cohesive unit with if they're healthy, which that's my biggest concern, which is their health. But these guys got their rest. They got everything. They got their pieces. They got their coach, and they got no pressure on them like that. You got acquisitions in Dallas, Phoenix, even the team, even the team above them, and the Lakers with their acquisitions. There's a lot of people looking at them, and then you just see the Clippers just chilling right there. I think Dex said it earlier. The Goldilocks zone, perfect. That's all you got to do at that point. Just keep winning your games, and hell, even try to get that third seed. Cause Sacramento they look fragile to me. I don't really believe in them like that. Try to go for that and keep winning. Just keep winning.
You think Sacramento look fragile?
Oh, these past
Is
couple games, yeah.
do you think they're overachieving?
Oh
Are
yeah,
they?
for sure.
You think that's overachieving to you?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
They play good though. On defense though, they're trash on defense though.
All right. Well, guess what though?
Mm-hmm.
It's 10:25 left in the fourth quarter. The Kings are up 104-91, playing the Blazers right now.
Sorry, Zen Master. Keep going.
Now, because and I don't want to sound, you know, oxymoronish, but I do have more faith. All right, I
Oh,
guess what I'm.
you
No,
jumping out the window?
no,
You
I'm
jumping
not
out?
jump. No. It's just I just had a certain critiques against the Knicks, and
Uh huh.
I don't want to put more confidence into the Kings, even though I
Oh
feel like
God.
the no, even though I feel like the Kings are somewhat in the same position as the Knicks,
Mm-hmm.
but the
I think they're
difference
better.
that which one, the Knicks?
The Kings. Sorry to
Kings.
interrupt.
No, you're all good. I just think the difference between the Kings and the Knicks is that they have championship pedigree. And a lot of people shut me down when I say that, but I'm talking about the coaching, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking
Ah,
about the coaching.
Mike Brown.
Yes, Mike Brown. You understand? Ex-coach of LeBron James. You understand? Basically a dude that coached Steph Curry, Clay Thompson, and everything that's
Draymond.
been going. Draymond Green, like just basically all of that, and he's been with the Warriors for quite a while, so he learned a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
mind you, he's still in the Western Conference, so for him to be able to get so much out of De'Aaron Fox, which De'Aaron Fox right now has 28 points, um, I just think I don't think that they're the terminology that I'm using. I don't think I want to keep the confidence in them. At the same time, I'm being realistic,
You,
but
you
I
don't
don't
think they're
think they.
frauds?
No, I don't think they're overachieving.
Mm-hmm.
I really think they're legit. Now, are they legitimate enough to get a championship? I
You
wouldn't
never
give them
know.
that.
You never know.
But the Mike Brown effect is an effect that counts. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? You got Demontis Sabonis over there, man,
Amazing.
Demontis has 17 rebounds right now.
I love him, man. I love him as a player.
You got Terrence Davis has 20 points right now. This is with 9:30 left in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And I just I don't think he's gonna allow them to fail. And I'm talking about Mike Brown. I just don't think so. I think he's official. That's just my opinion.
Oh no,
So
for sure.
yeah, so I just don't sleep on the Kings, man. I think I think them holding that third spot is pretty legit, man. I think it's pretty legit.
Oh no, yeah, I was gonna say since I just came out of nowhere saying like I don't really believe in them like that, but I didn't really get a chance to explain myself because I don't know, I was just like nonchalant about it, but I
Mm-hmm.
actually don't mind going in depth about how they're doing it, like in general.
No, go ahead, spit your
Not,
game.
not just because they have a good combination of wings, they have a very good point guard, and a good amount of rebounding as well, especially for guys in the front court such as Keegan Murray, their rookie, who's actually been playing way better as of recent. The Montes, just like we just said,
Mm-hmm.
and who else? And also this guy, Metu. I actually like him a lot. He's actually been
She made the
in the
Metsu.
second unit. Uh huh.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually been in the second unit as he's been a big slash a wing at times as well. He's been a rebounder, an inside scorer, and actually like what he's been doing in Sacramento as well. In which, yeah, they've been winning their games as well. Not only that, but they not only they're competitive against the elite teams, but they beat up on the small teams.
Right.
So and that's all you want when you have a playoff contender, or even further a potential Western Conference contender
Contender. Mm-hmm.
or how even a finals contender. You got to be beating what's in front of you, and especially the small teams. And
I
now they
agree.
do it in fashion. They do it in fashion, and that's what's actually very impressive about them. And I actually do like that about them. I haven't got a chance to watch them play just because they're not over here in New York. We don't really get a lot of Sacramento games, which I kind of hurts because I want to see them play. But
Right.
from what I've seen from the highlights, and I actually saw like a full game of theirs once, it was actually pretty nice, and I actually do like what they're doing.
All right. I
The
mean,
part that I'm like, the part that makes me like hesitant about them is their inexperience, obviously, and also just the other guys in the West. They just got way more star power.
well, continuity is a factor. Um, I roll with you in that they don't have the experience. Right about now, they have the experience of the regular season, so we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
have to see how they do in the playoffs. Um, but like I said, my whole thing is that they got that Mike Brown experience.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, they're the ones who have to go on the floor and produce, but it's obviously that Mike Brown got their ears right now. They got the respect for him because he basically acquired chips. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? He's the ex-coach of LeBron, things of that nature. So he has a lot of, you know, accolades that allows young players to sit there and say, all right, let me listen to this guy. You understand what I'm trying to say? A la my guy that just got fired from the from the Atlanta Hawks,
Nate McMillan.
Nate McMillan. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? I mean, he's a damn good coach, but sometimes when you don't have that pedigree or you don't have enough accolades, granted you got accolades as a player, but when you haven't done that much as a coach, you understand? Sometimes you lose the air or the ears of the players. You understand? Which is what I think is a possibility is what happened over there in Atlanta.
Oh yeah. I actually wanted to talk about that a bit as well because
Yeah, we can transition. Knock yourself up.
oh yeah, because I actually got a chance to hear a couple of folks from ATL and talked about that whole situation itself and getting their perspective from that, in which they felt like it was just it just wasn't clicking anymore. I mean, they also said that it didn't help that they were overburning these guys, overplaying them, and it kind of makes sense. But at the same time, when you're overplaying these young guys, they tend to get disgruntled, and they don't care who you are. They're gonna tell you straight to your face, "We don't want you here anymore," and that's what they did. Got him out, and he's just out the door.
Yeah, and Nate McMillan, he's a tough coach, man.
He's a
He
good
is.
coach. I like him as a coach, but yeah.
Yeah, but he's tough. He's part of the old school breed. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Um, so he's pretty tough. Probably gets on the players a little bit more because these players nowadays, they getting paid a lot of money. They don't want to hear nothing. They don't want to hear nothing.
They just want to lay down, and their bank accounts just I don't know. Nah, I don't. I'm not bothered with back to backs. Nah, I don't feel like playing. Yeah, that's just how it is. It's just transitioning that way.
But Trey Young, I mean, what you feel about Trey Young? I mean, do you feel like he's not playing up to his potential?
Mm, I don't know. Trey's kind of he's weird. He's a weird player. Just because one night he'll give you an efficient 30 points with like 12 assists. Then the next night he starts missing everything. But this year, it's just been straight. It's just been straight. Just just each game has just been a monstrosity for him, efficient wise. Because he's
Let
been
me.
pretty inefficient this whole entire year, and his
Mhm.
and people are actually surprised that he didn't make the All Star game. I was actually one of the folks who said that. I'm not surprised he didn't make it. If anything, I would have not chosen him.
Well, you see, that's the point that I'm trying to make as to why I asked the question. Do you feel like he's underachieving? Because I mean, his name didn't even come up this
Uh huh.
year. You understand? And you know, they played against the Knicks. I mean, the leading scorer is DeAndre Hunter. You got DeJounte Murray on the team who only scored 6 points that particular game. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that was the last game that they played before. Yeah, that was the last game they played prior to the All Star game. So I guess the point I'm trying to get to is, do you feel like maybe the DeAndre De- Murray, excuse
Dejounte
me,
Murray.
DeJounte Murray. There you go. I
Mm-hmm.
told you it happens to us, so we'll be all right.
He good.
Do you feel like the DeJounte Murray acquisition was not a good one? Do you feel like possibly maybe what they needed to do was move Trey over to that shooting guard spot and put him in a position to be more of a just a scorer instead of being a facilitator? Because I mean, in my opinion, I just give you my opinion, you can knock yourself out right after that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel Trey Young is one of those Allen Iversons, one of those Steph Curry's types. You understand where he's not the best person to have control the offense as well as have to sit there and put up buckets and score. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
He's not. So, do you think that they need to get more of a quintessential point guard instead of Dejounte Murray? Because I mean, technically, Dejounte Murray is playing the shooting guard position. He's not giving you. He's not putting up the buckets he's supposed to put up. He's not looking like Spurs Dejounte Murray. You understand? But at the same time, is he taking away from Trey Young? Because Trey Young is playing the one and he's forced to still score the ball. So do you think that could be the problem? And
Mhm.
yeah, you just go knock yourself out, man.
Well, in terms of that acquisition with Dejounte Murray, the full intention was to have an elite backcourt. To get that not only an elite backcourt, but to get that perfect combination of offense and defense,
Mm-hmm,
as Dejounte could have masked Trey
mm-hmm.
in certain types of possessions, but it comes into the offensive end, which it just hasn't been clicking like at all. I remember I watched a couple games of theirs. They just look lost. They just look absolutely lost. No matter who's out there, if it's a combination of veterans with the young guys, or even some of the young guys who barely got any playing time, they just look completely lost out there, and it just doesn't help because when you saw the play of Dejounte, it was very ISO heavy,
Hmm.
and you don't really get to see much because guess what Trey is ISO heavy.
Right.
So as a tandem, it's not good. And it
Well,
sucks because before they were cooking, they were actually cooking teams before before their slump. But it's been way too long in which it's just been bad possession after bad possession, and they actually went. It was so bad to the point that I stunk up to the coach. Now the coach is gone.
right. I mean, I'll just give you my opinion. I mean, what I personally think, I think that the Dejounte Murray, you know, situation is bad for them. I
Hmm.
honestly think what they should have did is equivalent to what Brown did with Iverson and with the 76ers, where he brought in a defensive point guard,
Eric Snow.
Eric Snow. You
Hmm.
understand? And he moved Iverson over to the shooting guard position. And I
Hmm.
think they did it backwards. You understand? The Hawks. I think what they should have did was look for a more of a decent defensive point guard. You understand? And I think they should have moved Trey over to that shooting guard position. And they should have done it that way. So that way Trey could cook in peace. You understand? But you still have a defensive person to mask that same thing that you were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But you have it at the point guard position. You
So
understand?
are you suggesting a player like a Marcus Smart?
Eh, I mean, even if yes, that's good, but even if you could have a player that is more offensive, I mean, you're still defensive minded, but you're still able to run the offense. You
But
understand?
Eric Snow wasn't running offense like that. He was good, but he
Well,
wasn't.
no, Eric Snow was running the offense. I mean,
Oh, he
Iverson,
was. Yeah, yeah.
no, he when it came down to half court offense, because back in them days, they brought the ball up and they ran that half court offense.
Yeah.
So, and Iverson would basically play off the ball. You know what I'm saying? If you got a fast break and Iverson is running down that sideline, well, you better get the ball to him. He'll take
Mm-hmm.
it from there. You understand? But I just my stupid opinion. I just feel like because Trey Young is not really like Steph. Steph actually, and then you see they don't have a player like Draymond Green. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? The Atlanta Hawks. So you're able to, give Draymond Green the ball at the top of the 3-point line, and everybody else just they run motion. You understand? But Trey Young, he doesn't have a player like that. So anyway, just to wrap up what I'm saying, I mean, what's already done is done, but I think the team would be better off if they actually got somebody to run the offense and let Trey play off the ball, because I think he scores better that way. I mean, I know you said the ISO situation, but Trey does know how to play off the ball. You understand? And I just think with the DeJounte Murray situation, it kind of slowed up the offense a little bit. You understand? Because now you're going ISO for ISO.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And then sometimes players, they start losing it. Like you said, they were killing in the beginning, but after a while, once you start getting used to the offense that you're running, you kind of start realizing, all right, well, I'm losing here and I'm losing there. And then players' emotions start kicking in because they start realizing, all right, I don't really like this offense that we're running. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Because but listen, that's just my stupid opinion. I'm not there. I don't know what it is, but I just feel Trey Young is a better shooting guard than he is a point guard. You understand? And I think if you took him off the ball and let somebody else run that offense and bring the ball up the court and give him the opportunity to move around, and he can still bring the ball up, of course. But you need a defensive point guard because you do know Trey's a liability on defense. You understand? So you're gonna need a defensive point guard that knows how to run the offense, so that way you guys could still have some form of defense at the top of the 3-point line, or initiating the offense as it comes down the court and across this half court. You need some type of strength up there. But that's just my stupid opinion. I just think that's where they fell victim at. I don't really think it was Nate McMillan. I just think that the DeJounte Murray acquisition is not working out the way that they wanted to. And unfortunately, Nate McMillan took the bullet for that.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
the funny thing about that, just bounce off that very last point you just made.
Hmm.
Trey was the one that actually wanted DeJounte. He ignited the move.
Right.
He was the one that gave me my guy. If not, then we're gonna have some issues here. They got him his guy. Think about it.
Hmm.
ATL don't be making moves like that.
Right.
So why do you think out of nowhere, out of nowhere, we're gonna give you a bunch of picks and a couple of players for DeJounte? Boom, it was done. Trey wanted that guy, and then now it's seeing the end result of it. Not just for this season, because we don't know what's gonna happen next season or the season after. Who knows? Maybe they blow up out of nowhere.
Right. Well, we'll see what type of coach they acquire. You understand? I mean, sometimes coaching does help. Like I said, I honestly feel it's just a move that they made. But if you could find a coach that can sit there and make it happen, then be my guest. You understand? But I just feel like they don't mix in the backcourt. That's just my opinion, though. You know what I'm saying? I think Trey Young he's not like Steph Curry. He's not like Damian Lillard, so to speak, in terms of being it. Because and even Steph doesn't really run the offense. You
Hmm.
understand? If you really think about it, Steph doesn't really play point. He is the point guard, but he's not really playing point guard. He just initiates the ball coming up the court. Once he crosses half court, it goes to Draymond. So basically, you got a point forward that runs your offense. You
Pretty
understand?
much. Hmm.
Damian Lillard, it's a little bit different with him too. Damian Lillard, he does have the ability to run an offense to a certain degree, but he's just a straight up scorer at the same time too. He's another player that I think would be better off at a shooting guard position. You know what I'm saying? Because it's less energy, because you don't have to worry about coming up the court, and if you got a press or that initial defense that come on you, you don't really have to put out energy towards that. You can just find your spots on the floor and you do what you got to do. You understand? But
Hmm.
anyway, that's just my opinion though. Like, that's just how I feel about these particular players, and that's the bad part about not having quintessential point guards in the league anymore. Like, you really don't have the LaMelo Balls. Pause. Jesus Christ. But you don't have a Lamelo Ball is probably like the one far fetched play out there that could actually run your offense and still give you. But that's why I love this kid, because he could run your offense. He could just say, you know what, man, I'm just running the offense right now. I don't want no buckets. I don't have to get a bucket. If I get an open shot, I'm gonna take it. You understand? But at the same time, he could just say, you know what, F all of that, and he could just take over the game and just give you straight buckets. You understand? And I think a lot of these point guards need to take a page from LaMelo Ball, man. You got to know how to do it all. You know what I'm saying? But that way you actually give a step up to your team. You add more to your team when you're a point guard like that. Instead of just, settling for just being a scorer all the time and just masquerading as an actual point guard. But that's just my opinion, man. That's why I love LaMelo though. That's why I love Lonzo. Those like, and that's why you got to give LeVar a whole lot of credit. Like, when you ask yourself, how did he teach his kids? You understand? And how did he morph his kids? What was the lessons that he gave his kids? Like, they're still scorers. You understand? But they have the IQ to be able to run an offense. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's the difference between, you know, LeVar Ball teaching his kids and comparing them to a lot of these kids that are coming up nowadays, wherever they get their schooling from. You understand? Like, it's a big difference, man. Because as a point guard, you need to know how to run a team, how to initiate an offense. And you need to know when to choose to bring in your offense. And you need to know when to say, all right, I'm going to get my guys going. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love John Morant when John Morant first came in, because John Morant could drop 28 at any given time. But there's a lot of times that he used to just sit there first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and he would not score. He would literally just be passing the ball, passing the ball. He's changing a little bit now. I don't know if it's the coach that's telling him, yo, boy, just go do your thing. I don't know what it is. But when he first came in the league, John Morant would go 2 quarters without even scoring. And then all of a sudden he would just have an outburst, bro, in the third and the fourth. You understand? Lately, he's been getting it in a little bit more, but I respect his game too, because he has that ability to know when to turn it on. Because you always got to get your teammates involved first, because when the game becomes on the line, you want to make sure that they got some shots up, their arm is warm, the wrist is warm. You understand? They part of the floor tree of the game, and that's what an actual point guard is. So anyway, that's just why I stand with what I'm saying, man.
No, no, that definitely makes sense. Yeah, especially with the whole Ball family. I really mess with them, especially with all the brothers. Definitely Levar as well. I just yeah, it was amazing because that stream as well. I was watching that stream earlier with Fly. Now shout out to you, Fly. That was amazing work, bro. Amazing.
Definitely.
Nah, but yeah. On that note, I'm about to dip, bro. I'm pretty busy as of right now.
Nah,
No,
you're all good, man.
great dialogue, bro. Great dialogue.
Most definitely, man. I
I'm
know
gonna
Flight
definitely be
appreciate
back.
you coming up. Nah, I know Flight appreciates you. He already saluted you. He definitely appreciate you coming up. I mean, that's the first time I spoke to you, so it was good speaking with you. Most definitely.
My pleasure, bro.
All right, man. Salute to you, bro. What's your name again? I
A-
apologize.
Anthony,
All right, yo. Salute to Anthony. Most definitely, man.
have a good one.
All right, bro. Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, quick update on the Lakers game. Golden State Warriors 82, LA Lakers 110. So the Lakers looking like they're about to dominate. If you don't consider that dominating already, Lakers got a decent squad, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, what they can and can't do, I don't know. But anybody who's sleeping on the Lakers, Don't sleep too hard, man. You might fall into a coma. Malik Beasley is killing tonight. He has 25 points, a lead in all scores. D'Angelo Russell caught an injury. He was only able to drop 2 points in 9 minutes. LeBron James, 13 points. Anthony Davis, 12 points. Austin Reeves with a huge 17 points in 19 minutes. Yes, sir. Hachimura, Rui Hachimura. I hope I butchered his name. I apologize. 12 points. You got Dennis Schroeder with 13 points. So tonight it looks like the others, and by the others I mean anyone besides Anthony Davis and LeBron James, are doing their thing tonight. It look like the others are getting it done against the Warriors tonight. But just remember, the Warriors do not have Steph Curry. We got Klay Thompson leading all scores with 22 points. Jordan Poole right behind him with 16. Draymond Green with 11 rebounds, 6 points. Kevin Looney with 10 points. Ty Jerome with 13 points. But it's not looking like it's enough. Scores 110 to 87. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And from the looks of things, it looks like the Lakers are going to escape with this win tonight. So we're going to have a positive press conference with LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and others tonight. Salute to them.
What'd you say, Tom?
I was just giving a breakdown on those.
Giving a rundown on the scores.
Yeah.
That's why tomorrow we got LaMelo Ball and MB1.
Charlotte run tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, let me see what it look like. That's what's up though. Yeah, you accurate. Oh, that's a T-Wolves game.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards.
Okay. What's your prediction? For LaMelo tomorrow, based on stats, what you think?
Sure, that's a good question.
It's his first game back. Anthony Edwards is good competition for him. I mean, me personally, I see LaMelo probably gonna pull up another double-double, possibly even triple-double tomorrow.
Yeah.
Strong possibility.
Praise God, though. I mean, I'm working on the thumbnail for that.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, I was thinking about making a video. If I got enough energy, I'm gonna try to make it. That'll be the last one I do.
Bro, you ain't telling me nothing when it comes to those, man. That energy count because he's trying to get it right every single one, you know. Yeah, but homie that just left, man, I like his intellect, man. He broke down his information very uniquely, man. I see he does his studies, so that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
First time I ever spoke to him, so that was cool, man. Where Dex went? Dex fell asleep.
Yeah, I think Dex shut it down. What the score looking like?
We got a 92-112. 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Mo Bamba at the free throw line. Lakers they're gonna pull it out though. Then again, there's 4 minutes left. Golden State only down by 10. 11 now.
They're only down by 10?
Yeah, 11 now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still a close game. It kind of makes you wonder if Steph was on the court, what was gonna happen. I ain't gonna lie to you though. It looked like Steve Kerr emptied out the bench. So basically, he doesn't have any of his starters in the game, so he's dependent on his bench to try to bring them back right now. We got no Draymond Green, no Klay Thompson, no Kevin Looney. And we got 4 minutes left, so.
Yeah.
Either Steve Kerr just trying to give the Lakers a game, or he's just trying to see what the young boys could do.
Well, what does this do for the Lakers? We'll check out the standings.
Lakers getting a win tonight. Let's see. Well, it bring them one game closer to the Blazers, because the Blazers look like they're gonna take an L. They definitely took an L. So bring them half a game. I mean, technically it's a whole game, but we'll say half a game into taking over the Blazers. I don't think the Jazz played tonight. The Thunder took an L also.
Took a nasty loss.
Yeah, the Thunder took an L also. Let me see something here. But the Thunder took an L to the team that they're actually in competition with. So Thunder is in 10th, Jazz is in 11th, and the Jazz and Thunder played tonight. So with the Jazz getting that W, it's gonna hold them in the 11th place. Thunder was half a game above. Well, actually, no, the Thunder is 2 games ahead of them. So taking that loss ain't really hurt them at all. If the Warriors take an L, and this is how crazy this thing gets, bro. But the Warriors taking this L tonight would actually help out the Thunder, even though the Thunder, yo, bro, that's what's so crazy about this, right? So even though the Warriors took a L, with the Warriors taking an L tonight, even though the Thunder took an L, it still helps out the Thunder. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's confusing. It's hard for me to really explain it because, you know, anybody who knows what I'm trying to say, they know what I'm trying to say, because it's hard to explain verbally. You just kind of got to look at it yourself. But basically, the Warriors are 29-29. The Thunder is 28-29. So Warriors taking this L tonight, they'll hop to 29-30. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that actually helps the Thunder. Like, it's crazy, bro. So basically, the Warriors need to win their next game. Pelicans dropped to 30-30, which is ridiculous. Yo, bro, I'm gonna confuse myself if I go through this, but I'm gonna enjoy it, man. It's fun, bro. Watching it, yeah, it's fun. Because mind you, the Pelicans just took another L. Warriors played, the Timberwolves play tomorrow. So if the Hornets happen to beat the Timberwolves, then the Timberwolves will go from 31-30 to 31-31. Yo, which would end up helping the Pelicans all over again. So teams literally are helping each other by either winning or losing. You understand? Like, that's how funky this thing is right now, man. But that's what's up, though. I mean, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Next 3 weeks is gonna be super enjoyable for me.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're about to get up out of here. Ted. Tomorrow's Friday. We're gonna run all night long. Peace and love to the people, man. Shout out to everybody, man. It was a crazy night. It's all in the bag, man. Tomorrow we got an incredible evening.
Salute to you, Flight.
Peace.
Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Like I said, Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.